Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NTV Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, no one is safe while we troll the digital airwaves. Join us as we discuss the latest news in the world of sports and review the events of the past week. No fantasy sports here. We keep it real, and you need to remember, we kill brain cells, and as such, we just might be the purveyors of the zombie apocalypse. We've been doing this since 2008. You have been warned. We are repetitive and redundant. We are the internet's ongoing traffic wreck, and we carry more water for sports than Depends can handle for a senior citizen. So good morning. I'm the Scorekeeper, as it says. Let's see, right there. Yeah, woo, hey. Actually get the... pointing at something else. This finger's not getting... Okay, there it is. Right. The left finger was giving me problems. There, bad finger. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you for joining me. And we're going to get this one going and blowing, ladies and gentlemen. Check us out. Of course, we are on Twitter. We're, of course, our main page is on NDB Media here on Facebook. And ndbmedia.net is being fixed as we speak. We are looking at a midnight fix where the website will be back up. So no promises. It is what it is. It is cold this morning. Let me know for everyone watching. Thank you for spending time with us. Again, it is a holiday morning. I hope your Christmas is well for you. Seems to be. It's quiet. It's cold. It's 45 degrees here in Pomona, California. And we have a 46% chance of rain. Wow, it's going to get to a high of 51, overnight low of 44. So it's going to be a tad colder 24 hours from now. Because remember, the overnight's what's coming. It's not what's past. Because it's 45 right now. So looking at the weather, looking at the radar, there's rain all around us. So, and remember, for you weather aficionados, when they refer to the percentage of rain, it's not the percentage of like opportunity, but it's how much water is in the atmosphere. So just a little bit of trivia there for you. So that's why it can rain. Oh my goodness. Ow. Apologize. I have an itch right there. Whoa, I think I saw someone commented. Good morning, Michael. Merry Christmas, Michael. Thank you for the like. So appreciate that, folks. But I believe he liked my personal page. So I don't have access to that one. But it's all good. And thank you. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning. But anyway, let's get to it. I was doing the weather, but I got sidetracked. Man, I've got an itch right here. Right. Oh, I am so sorry. Anyway. It's 51.44. As I said, humidity is 98%. Pressure is 30.02 inches. Visibility is 7 miles. There's a few clouds dotting the sky. Wind is heading to the southwest at 3 miles per hour. The dew point is 45 degrees. So it's right now. It's a little sparkly outside. Of course, the UV index is 0 of 10. And in the moon phase, we are in a waning gibbous. So it looks like it's going to rain throughout the entire morning here. I'm liking that one. So let me know how cold or warm it is in your parts of the world right now. Quickly, as we look in history, there's a lot of stuff that happened, but I actually prepped a specific. In history this week in sports, it was important, and I wanted to bring this back up. This was on the 21st of December, so it's 4 days ago. The first basketball game was played on December 21st, 1891. The 30-year-old James Naismith introduces the first game of basketball based on 13 rules created by Naismith. The game is tested by 18 students at the International Young Men's Christian Association Training School in Springfield, Massachusetts. 2 teams of 9 players each compete against each other with the objective to throw a soccer ball into a peach basket attached to a balcony 10 feet above the floor. In the early 1890s, Naismith, who was born in Canada, moved on from his job in Montreal as McGill University's athletic director to become a physical education teacher at the YMCA International Training School. Bored and unruly students needed an activity during difficult New England winters. So Naismith took up another teacher's challenge to keep students in line. Quote, I called the boys to the gym, divided them up into 2 teams of 9, and gave them a little soccer ball. Naismith recalled in a 1939 radio interview that aired on WOR AM in New York City. I showed them 2 peach baskets I nailed up at each end of the gym. And I told them the idea was throw the ball into the opposing team's peach basket. I blew the whistle, and the first game of basketball began. A jump ball was held after each made basket. The invention of basketball was not an accident, Naismith said. It was developed to meet a need. Those boys simply would not play drop the handkerchief. Under 2 different sets of rules, the first organized collegiate basketball games were played in the mid-1890s. Naismith, who passed away in 1939, became the first basketball coach at Kansas University, where he led the Jayhawks from 1898 to 1907. Wow, that's cool. Good morning, as I mentioned earlier. Good morning, Michael, and good morning, Gridiron Girl. So that was just a little bit of history for basketball. I thought it was an important day to remember. But today in history, back in 1971, Miami Dolphins beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL's longest game. Wow. "82 minutes and 40 seconds? Oh, that's right. It's 60 minutes. I was like, 82 minutes? I've been there for 5-hour games, remember? Gridiron Girl in the 70s, early 80s, 4 to 5-hour game. Wow, it's 4-hour games. Clearly 4-hour games. And I remember watching a 5-hour game. But anyway, that's because every time a player stepped out, the clock stopped. Oh, and if you wanted to play a long game, you had to play in television's NFL football. Man, it was easy to keep the clock stopped on that game. But anyway, this game in regulation time went 82 minutes and 40 seconds. And it was won in the second overtime of an AFC playoff game to give the Miami Dolphins a 27-24 win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. That's just a little bit of trivia there. And also, on this day in 2002, Katie Hinda is the first woman to play in Division I football. On December 25th, 2002, the University of Mexico junior place kicker Katie Hinda attempts to kick an extra point in a game against UCLA in the Las Vegas Bowl. Though her kick was blocked by UCLA, Hinda became the first woman to play a Division I football game. Hinda was the latest of a small number of female players to attempt to make inroads into college football beginning in the mid-90s. She began her college football career at the University of Colorado, transferred to Santa Barbara City College in 1999. Hey, that might be the local one. And was invited to try out for New Mexico after they saw a video of her kicking skills. After suiting up for each home game of the season, Hinda was given the go-ahead by coach Rocky Long to make the extra point attempt after Desmer Black returned a 55-yard interception for a touchdown. She kicked the ball too low, and UCLA's Brandon Chiller blocked it. Hinda didn't kick again in the game, which UCLA went on to win 27-13. The following season, Hinda kicked 2 extra points in 2 attempts in New Mexico's win over Texas State on August 30th, 2003, becoming the first woman to score a Division I game. Of course, this story does have an unpleasant note. In 2004, when she told Sports Illustrated she had been sexually harassed and bullied during her time at the University of Colorado, and that she'd been raped by a teammate. Despite being joined by several other women in her accusations of harassment, Hinda declined to press charges, and the case was not pursued. The Colorado football coach, Gary Barnett, responded to the allegations by insulting Hinda and calling for not only a girl, but a terrible player. He was suspended briefly and left the team in 2005. You insult the game, that's what happens. Ugh, how sad. So, as a little girl climbed into Santa's lap, he asked her the usual question, "And what would you like for Christmas?" The child stared at him open-mouthed, horrified for a moment, then gasped, "Didn't you get my text?" That was the first holiday joke of the day. Do you like it? December is the month when kids begin to discuss what to get dad for Christmas. Some insist on a shirt. Others insist on a pair of socks. The argument always ends in a tie. Oh, come on! That one was funny. Gridiron Girl asks, "What are you going to give your mother-in-law for Christmas?" Her friend answers, "Her son back." Okay, that one was accidental, Gridiron Girl. I don't always read them completely. Oh, Michael wants a new Star Trek series. Well, rumor has it that Prodigy is returning, and then Discovery will return after that. And well, not a rumor; it's actually on calendar. And then Picard, and finally, thank you. And finally, we're gonna have Strange New Worlds. So I'm looking forward to that one. But is that really a new one? I don't know. We shall see. I thank you, Gridiron Girl. I'm glad you got a chuckle out of that one. I may have a few more as I go along. But anyway, taking a look at the calendar up front, since we took a look at history, we are in week 16 of the NFL. So it's generally quiet on the baseball front. We have week 17 next Sunday, New Year's weekend. And that's pretty much it for the regular season. Oh, no, I apologize. Week 18 will be on the second weekend of January. The wild card games begin on January 16th, or that weekend. The NFL Divisional is on the 23rd, and the NFL Conference Championships are on January 30th, followed by the Pro Bowl on February 6th, and of course, the NFL Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium on February 13th. And of course, Valentine's Day is the one that follows immediately thereafter. So is it possible for them to have Valentine's? It is. If February now falls or begins on a Monday, Valentine's Day could be a Super Bowl day. Because if you move it, the calendar. So anyway, it's kind of quiet on the calendar in Major League Baseball. The only thing coming up would be January 14th. Major League Baseball arbitration, and then on January 15th, international season signing opens. International signing season opens. Ugh, it's a little early. Let me take another hit of Joe this morning. Feels good. Of course, in boxing news, this was last week. Ex-NBA star Deron Williams beats NFL great Frank Gore in a boxing match. Of course, it was an exhibition game, but it was a wild expedition. Exhibition. Expedition is a military term. Or, well, it's not a sports term per se. In a wild expedition. Oh my goodness, I said it again. Okay, reset. I need another hit. In a wild exhibition, retired NBA All-Star Deron Williams beat NFL great Frank Gore by split decision in a 4-round heavyweight boxing match on Saturday night at Amalie Arena in Tampa. The two men traded massive punches and each pushed each other through the ropes. In fact, at times the bout looked to be as much of a wrestling match as a boxing match. But in the end, it was a slugfest, with Williams credited with the only knockdown. That came in the third round when Williams blindsided Gore with the right hand and unloaded punches as Gore held onto the corner post and ropes before the referee intervened and ruled it a knockdown. Two judges scored the fight in Williams' favor, 40-35 and 38-37. The third judge scored the fight for Gore, 38-37. Williams threw 48 punches, including 35 power shots, and Gore threw 39 punches, including 28 power shots, according to Showtime statistics. Though an exhibition, this was the first competitive boxing match for Gore, 38, and Williams, 37. So congratulations to them. And now the itch has come over to this side. Oh, I apologize. I am having lots of personal problems with these I showered yesterday. I did not shower this morning, I will admit. But geez, wow. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's cold, but that shouldn't be the reason why. But anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize. So, in maybe the real match, Jake Paul knocks out Tyron Woodley in the rematch, of course, in the 6th round. Jake Paul knocked out Tyron Woodley on Saturday night, winning their rematch in brutal and dramatic fashion at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. The 6th round blow flattened Woodley, who hit the canvas face first. He appeared to be unconscious and needed to be attended to by the ring doctor before getting back on his feet. I told you I was going to expletive him up. Paul howled in the ring after the fight, and I blank lit him up. So, we shall see. And speaking of blank lighting him up, we're going to bring him on right now. And there he is. The man, the myth. The man from Riverside.
Yeah. Good morning.
I'm sorry, Big Dog. What's wrong with Riverside this early in the morning?
The same thing that's wrong with Riverside every single day. It's Riverside.
I was wondering if you were a tad disgusted by something else I said in that intro. But it is Riverside that you're disgusted over, right?
Yeah, because I didn't hear your intro.
The man, the myth, the one who is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry that you did not hear that. But it was the moment I said Riverside. It was, ugh. I mean, I saw it from all the way down there, Big Dog. Wow.
Happy holiday.
Merry Christmas, Big Dog. How are you?
It's a very somber Christmas, so we're not really celebrating. So, but I don't take that away from anybody else.
I thank you for joining us, Big Dog. In my opening monologue, I commented that the anniversary to the first basketball game ever played was on December 21st, back in 1891. And even though it's not today, the 25th, I felt it was important that we should touch upon that. I just described very quickly the background on Mr. Naismith, who was Canadian. I knew the story, Big Dog, but it had slipped that he was Canadian. I just did not know.
He's a knucklehead.
Knucklehead. Oh.
What?
I'm having trouble with these. I don't know what is going on.
Are you too cold over there?
It's a lot warmer than it's normally been. I mean, we were at 37 degrees a week or 2 weeks ago. It's a hallowed 46. I could take my jacket off. Sorry, Gridiron Girl. Didn't want to scare you. But,
who's in the chat?
It's good. We have Gridiron Girl. We have Michael. And we have a few other people. So,
hi, Gridiron Girl. Hi, Michael. Hi, a few other people.
Well, absolutely awesome. I talked about some boxing matches right now, of course. Deron Williams and Frank Gore. Wow. Let's have it.
Why doesn't Santa have any kids?
Because the reindeer are enough.
Because he only comes once a year. Merry Christmas.
Actually, that was a twofer right there, folks. That line at the end. Oh, my goodness. That's almost like what happened in, what is that? When Harry Met Sally? When when they're in that famous diner and she has her orgasmic moment. What really made that joke? I can imagine how funny it would have been in the theater. But what made the joke was the lady, and I have trivia about that. They cut into the lady who's watching, and she says the famous line,
I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having. Do you know who that is?
No.
That's John Travolta's mama.
And her name was?
Oh, John Travolta's mama. That's as good as I know right now. And we got a like already this early in the morning. Good morning, Aisha. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Aisha.
Michael gave us a like, but I think he gave it on my regular page, so it's all good. Come on, Gridiron Girl. Oh, look, there she is. There she is.
Morning,
Miss.
Hope you like the joke. Yeah, she did.
Oh, yeah. I think so. So, good stuff. And, got another like. And Gridiron Grill. Thank you, thank you. It's so little for us to just get all excited over here. So, we love the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, it is what it is. Very quickly, Big Dog, I already gave the baseball news.
Which is nothing?
Nothing. There is a story that did break yesterday, and I am just I'm beside myself in just genuine laughter because the news finally broke of a signing that was done before the lockout. The Dodgers agreed to sign their. Oh, I just got a message from Matt. He needs the link, so bear with me a moment. But you guys know that their first baseman, Bellinger, apparently they beat the deadline to signing a 1-year, $17 million deal. And it's amazing when you think about hitting 165. 165, Big Dog. And that's $17 million a year. Can you imagine that?
But he's the heart of the team.
Actually, I don't know if he is, but let me respond to
No,
Speedy.
we know
There it
who,
is, Speedy.
we know who the heart of the team is. Mr. Lumberjack, who cut his beard and his hair a little bit last year, that he looked more presentable.
Well, I go back to the issue of him having a 165 season because of what happened during the playoff run when these idiots, I said it then and I say it now, they were out of control. Dude, you get paid to hit home runs. You get paid to play the game. This is your job. And he got a big hit and they almost they body slammed each other and
Oh yeah,
Bellinger. That
separated his
was
shoulders.
done
Yeah,
because they were stupid.
mm-hmm.
Folks, come on. But speaking of, come on, we'll bring him on right now. Good morning, Matthew. Happy birthday. I mean, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. You're jumping a little ahead there, with that. So, yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys too.
Yes. Now, Gridiron Girl says he's quite easy on the eyes. That's for sure. Well, okay, I don't know about that.
Well,
But
yeah,
I say your day because it's 14:22 over here. Yes, it is. Wow, that's right. Remember, it's already early afternoon for Aisha over there.
So do you make a wish or something because it's 2:22?
Okay, that's an awkward silence between the two of you.
Yeah, I didn't have an answer for the big dog. But anyway, good morning, Speedy. How are you doing, young man?
Good. How are you guys this morning?
For Christmas, it's great that I woke up and was still breathing. As a matter of fact, when I woke up this morning and I looked up and I didn't see any posies over me, that was a good thing. So I'm actually thrilled, first of all, that everyone is here joining us, and I'm so glad you're here, Speedy. I miss having you on. But you did say last week that you would be on today, and I missed your message. Once the program was over, I was like, oh, man, Matt texted me. And you texted me before the program, too. So I did you wrong, Matt. What a shock, right?
Exactly. Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat room. Hope you're all going to have a good day today.
And there it is. So people are greeting each other in the chat room. Thank you. We've gone over just very briefly, just a few things. We've done arts and baseball, which is not much. I've already gone over the calendar and some events that have passed. So, gentlemen, what do you want to get to this early morning? And Speedy, what's on the menu for today, both for the program and the menu? It's cold, big dog. I'm putting the jacket back on.
That's fine. I never told you to take it off.
No, but like an idiot, you didn't see it early, Speedy, when I took the jacket off. I actually flinched when I took the jacket off. I was like, oh, it's only 46 degrees. which is warmer than it was several weeks ago when we were at about 37 or so. I have the heater going in the background that's going and blowing. Gridiron Girl knows where the heater is. That's it's on that side, Gridiron Girl, where my clients sit. So she knows. She knows where it is. Actually, I think I've had the. Oh no, Gridiron Girl's never been here in the early part of the season. She's always here in like April, March or April. But I am looking forward to seeing her again this year, hopefully. And as a matter of fact, she's joining the firm. So I'm looking forward to that. Gridiron Girl, we have to speak in January because she's going to... I'm not kidding. She's actually joining the firm. There's a need for a Gridiron Girl to join. So I'm looking forward. Early February? I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means, Gridiron Girl. So it's all good. Speedy, what do you want to get to, brother?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot going on, especially when you consider everything that happens in sport all the time, right, guys? Don't we know that for truth?
Yeah, there's always stuff going on. What's up?
So what's with the incident with Tom Brady flipping out and throwing his laptop on Sunday?
Well, all I know is that Apple has the best ad for the rest of eternity. Think about it. They say, hey, these aren't Apple products. That's why Brady threw it. So, look, the whole thing about Brady throwing it, obviously him throwing a Microsoft Surface means nothing to him. He is the typical man-child. When he's not winning, he gets angry and he takes it out. This is a little kid that strikes out and goes in the dugout, gets a bat, and breaks stuff. This is the kid that was never properly educated on how to behave. So him being frustrated, throwing away a Microsoft Surface, dude, it's just he's a child.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said, and with everybody else too.
Look, I don't. Could I do the same thing right now? Honestly, yes. I could buy a Microsoft Surface and just throw it. But just because I can doesn't mean I want to even will. Even if I may. Okay, well, I normally wouldn't do that. I had a flashback to having particular clients in front of me, so I was like, would I? Anyway, okay, I'm not going to envision anything happening, but I wouldn't do that. It's just these guys do live in a different world, Speedy, and they just do whatever they want to do. This is the attitude of spitting all over the place, throwing trash because someone will pick up after them, and if they break a surface, someone will pick up after them. That is the epitome of their lifestyle. As a matter of fact, him throwing that Microsoft Surface is now the American move for football players. Think about it. As I've said, this is the quintessential American movie hero act. When they're going to have a moment, they take a hit of their cigarette and they fling it. That's the quintessential American go-to move for the hero. Takes a hit, he throws it away, the dirty animal that he is. He throws trash all over the place. That's basically the American hero. Doesn't give a damn. Now you have the American football player. What do? Throw a tantrum and throw that's the quintessential move for an NFL player now. Aisha says, I didn't think it got cold. Well, that was from earlier. She says, isn't he just being petulant? Too much of being allowed to do as they please? Yeah, I agree. It is. They can get away with whatever they want. Big Dog?
I mean, I'm not going to go as far as you guys are going. To me, he was frustrated in play, in everything in himself, and in what was going on in the game, and he just got frustrated and broke it. I equate it to someone that wants to win that bad just like the story of Pat Riley trying to rev up the guys after they had lost a couple of games in a row, where he literally destroyed the office or the training room, wherever he was at, where he threw chairs and threw everything else. Kind of like in the same thing in the movie in Moneyball, where Brad Pitt goes in there when the guys are dancing after losing their 8th game in a row or whatever, and he starts destroying everything. Why are you guys dancing? Why are you guys happy? Are you happy with losing? He was just frustrated. I understand. I don't think it's
It kind of
I don't think it's petulance. Have we ever seen him do this before? I mean, the way you're saying is like he does it on a weekly basis. I mean, he didn't.
no, but
It's frustration. That's all it is.
yeah, that's clearly what it is. Because I mean, you brought that analogy up, and that also brings up another movie analogy where they did the same thing in Angels in the Outfield, where he's like, "Why are you guys so happy? You lost. You don't even know what you're doing," and he just, you know what? Tomorrow, you're all showing up for practice at 9 a.m. And they go, "Why?" He goes, "We're going back to fundamentals." And he just throws all the baseball bats across the room.
Yeah, same thing.
And the other guy,
it's just
I thought the game starts at 1. He goes, "It does start at 1, and you're," and he just cusses him out.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Just frustration. I'm pretty sure if they charge him for it, he's not going to complain. He knows what he did. He'll pay the, $2, $3, $4, $5, $600, whatever that tablet costs, if they even charge him for it. But I'm not going to begrudge him for wanting to win that badly.
No, I mean we've seen him walk off the field when the game's not even over because he's like, "Well, we lost, so."
Speedy.
Yeah.
That's yeah. If anything, I'm gonna say that no, I did not say that he does this on a regular basis, and that's all I'm gonna add to it. The action speaks for itself. I do not agree with anyone doing any of that. There's no point. There is none whatsoever. If that's what you need to, and I'm now addressing Big Dog's comment, if you need to destroy stuff to make a point or to get your team to go, I don't do that. I don't see a need for that. I just don't agree with it. There have been many coaches that are successful coaches, managers, that don't have to do that. I understand that circumstances will require you to do things to shake things up. I'm not naive about that, but if you got to yell at a player, if you got to destroy stuff, I actually would just I question the act. I don't believe. Look, I got into it with someone on Facebook that they were proud of the fact that someone broke a rule and the manager yelled at the employee. And I said, "You don't yell at the employee. It's actually your fault because the employee failed to do what they did." And he said, no, it was a safety issue. You have to get in their face. You have to scream at them. And I said, no, you don't. You train them. If they mess up, you correct it. No one died. No one got hurt. There's no reason to do any of that. But the person said, "Well, I don't agree with you, and you're stupid." Like, oh, okay. So I'm glad that people like to yell and throw things around, and I guess that works. I just don't. I don't agree with that. But I acknowledge that you can get people to do things by scaring them. You can get them to wake up, whatever. So, I'm not dumb in that, but it's just something that I wouldn't do. So if they do it, great. I don't see that as leadership. I don't see it as anything like that.
The one thing I do want to clarify with what you just said, I'm not saying Brady did that in this case. I used Pat Riley and other people as examples before.
That's
and everybody's making such a big thing about this. This is the first time in how many seasons now has he played?
Plenty.
18 seasons, 15 seasons, 14, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Probably close to 1,000 games, maybe. And this is the first time we've ever seen this happen, and everybody's losing their shit over it. It's idiotic. It's a one-time thing. Everybody gets frustrated sometimes. Sometimes they show it. They don't show it publicly. This time it was public.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which also brings up another point, though, as we change stories now. I'm going to change up to a different story. It's probably not what Urban Meyer is going to do now that he's been fired.
We did talk about that briefly last week. So what's the deal with Urban Meyer now? I think he said something this week. What's the deal, Speedy?
He did say a few things that he's just going to wait and see what happens. And whatever that means, I guess maybe he knows something that the rest of the world doesn't know about a new deal.
He ain't coaching until 2023.
I don't know how quick it's gonna. Look, Speedy. In the darkness of being alone, you say things to kind of throw people off, just to throw them off. I really don't know who's going to sign him right now. It'll be a waste of time, a waste of energy having to answer for the signing right now. There's a phrase. It's called toxic. And there's a lot of stuff that is still, well, I can't say a lot of stuff, but their issues are going to have to be resolved while he was coach. And if he did the stuff that he did by kicking a player, dude, I don't know if even 2023, you said, Big Dog? 2023?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's an eternity in America's psyche.
In sports, it is an entire year is a lot.
So I don't argue the 2023 line. I agree that it's going to be a little bit, but we don't know what else is going to come out, Matt. And remember, the moment the reason it looks like the team fired him for cause, and you weren't here last week when we discussed it. That in a comment by the owner, they said that they were going to fire him, and it wasn't clear if they were going to fire him that week or at the end of the season. But the team management had said, yeah, we're done. We're going to let him go. And then the accusation came out, right, Big Dog, of the player, where he said he had kicked him. And then it happened like that. He said, you're gone. A day after the blog, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say everything seemed to come out within like 24 hours. The whole thing about the thing with his assistant coaches, the kicker that says he got kicked while he was stretching, and I think another former player or something said something else. Everything came out very, very quickly.
Yeah, because the thing about the assistant coaches, Matt, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but he went after his coaches, and he said, okay, now you got to prove to me. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. They're on your team. But we're not going to get to that again. But it, as Big Dog says, it felt like it was within a day of itself. Because I did have separate articles about that where he questioned the coaches, and then it seemed like just the next day everything came to pass. And he was gone quicker than you can say, wait, time out! The clock expired. It happened so fast. And it happened very late at night, right, Big Dog?
Yeah. I will say, though, if Urban Meyer comes back to the coaching ranks, it will not be on the professional level. I don't ever see him coming back to the NFL ever again. As I said last week, and the second they hired him, all the stuff he does is all the stuff that he's being accused of, and the bullying tactics and so on and so forth. All that is college and high school bullshit. That those coaches think that that they're the master of the universe because they're the head coach of that team, and they're bossing around a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds. And I said it right when he got hired, early in the season, the preseason, or off season last year. You can't pull that crap with grown men who have been in the league for 8, 9, 10 years, are superstars and making, 10 times more money than you are. They're not going to take that crap. You can't, you can't hold their scholarship, hostage. If you don't listen to me, I'll just kick you off the team, and you'll no longer be able to come to college anymore. Can't do that in the pro level. And I questioned it since he had no professional experience, on the pro level, and sure enough, he could change his ways.
Speedy, I want to add to Big Dog's comment. Do you know another reason, which might even be bigger than that? Because look, coaches, management, they all know what they do. But do you really want to know why, in my humble opinion, why he'll never have another NFL job? He's the one that brought my favorite quarterback back as a, tight end or something?
Oh,
Everyone
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, Tebow.
Tight end, wide receiver, something or other, yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
that's your move? That is your move. And it's, dude, if that's how serious you take the NFL, look, I like the guy. I do. I always have. I've been a fan of this quarterback. And I think I'm more of a fan because of all the crap that he takes, because he really doesn't say very much. All he does is take a knee after he scores. He's thanking his creator, and everyone ridiculed him for that. But other than that, in interviews, he is a pro-lifer. People are angry at that because he shares his views. But beyond that, he really hasn't done anything else. Just he's a target to be made fun of. His day in football is done. And you, the brilliant coach that you are, that's one of your first moves. It's not going to fly. So, and I'm not contradicting Big Dog. I was actually just adding to it, saying when it comes down to it, dude, that was your first move. That was your stunning. Yeah, okay. And then you look at the record and you look at everything that happened. I understand that there was some bad play calling as well, which was clear. The team was 2-11, I believe, when they let him go. There was not only bad, questionable, but the team just had issues. And this is a guy that inspired kids to win. And now you're on the show level, and it's gone. He couldn't do anything to get this team to move. Yeah. I would humbly agree with the Big Dog. I don't see him being ever a head coach again in the NFL. His tenure is done. For lots of reasons, right, Big Dog?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see, how old is he? He's...
Geez. That was mentioned somewhere in one of the articles. I don't know. I don't recall at the moment. Raiders won.
Yeah, that was a Christmas miracle this week.
Oh, wow.
Christmas miracle, yeah.
He's actually younger than I thought.
He is. Yeah, I don't think he's in his 50s, right? He's what, middle 40s?
No. I was thinking he was in his 70s.
Oh, no.
He's 57.
Oh, you see,
Learn something new every day.
Scorekeeper knows nothing. So
Yes, you got your Christmas miracle. I was like, damn it.
And
so
I stayed
close.
with the Raiders. So, folks, by the way, it is 6:44 a.m. Sorry to interrupt. We're going to remind you that we're going to start our NFL picks shortly at exactly 7 a.m. We're going to be ready to go. So, for the next 10 to 15 minutes, any other major stories you want to get to before we get to the picks, folks? So, I just want to remind everyone that it's been working. We stick with that, and we get to the picks in about 15 minutes. So, be ready to go. I'm going to professionally say this. I'm going to tag a few people to remind them. Maybe they can get their picks in right now, but we'll see. Yes, Speedy, we missed you, pal.
That's what I was going to tell you about, because you keep mentioning that. I tried to get on last week, but Facebook said that, well, the show's been rescheduled for another day. I went, what?
Actually, that was Jedi Tax. But thank you for that, Speedy. That's
No,
the program I moved.
it said Sports Talk with the Guys and just rescheduled a new show for another time. And I was like,
Rescheduled a new show.
and that's why last week I was like, I guess we're not having one today. So, and it kept doing this. It said, we're live. No, we're not live. And
there may have been some issues. I don't know if it was last week when Facebook and the internet was having stuff. So I don't know if you were affected by it. And I'm sorry, Matt, but yeah, there are some issues from time to time. So I'm sorry you wanted to join us.
Yeah, by like 8:30, I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to give this up.
Damn, that was almost the entire program.
Yeah.
Well, folks, 6:46 a.m. Feliz Navidad to everyone, and Merry Christmas for everyone joining us. Thank you, everyone who is spending their Christmas morning with us. So, Speedy, how was your morning so far? Do you have major plans for today? Are you going to do anything?
I'm going to probably... I'm going to stop for sure in Dublin, where my sister now, one of my sisters now lives with her family. Drop off some presents, hang out there for a little bit. Then I'm going to try and get in contact with my other sister in San Jose and go down there. And see my brother that lives down there too. So,
oh, that's cool. I don't know about Big Dog, but I know that I'm gonna keep it cash. As a matter of fact, I think I saw most of the family yesterday, thanks to T-Mobile, the rat bastards that they are. I've already moved my phone over. It has the chip from Sprint to T-Mobile. I did the same thing for my daughter. I did the same thing for my iPad. We were ready to go. So my youngest took the significant one that lives inside to go and have the chip upgraded for its phone. And the idiot, and I say this candidly, the idiot at the network shut all of our phone lines off. And he told my daughter, oh, you can't have that code. You have to reset your primary code. So without the owner of the account being there, this moron reset my primary PIN, and in putting the chip into my wife's new phone, well, not the new phone, but the new chip, shut the entire network off for us. I spent 2 hours with customer service yesterday on Christmas Eve, having to go through each phone, each SIM card to reconnect it.
That must have been fun.
It was a lot of fun. So I spent a lot of time with the family. My older sister came over, and she had to bring the phones over because it just said instantly, just, you're off the network. And I was, what the hell's going on? My daughter just texted me that they were over at the T-Mobile store, and I had to shut off my phone. But I found this out. As a primary, you can't just shut my phone off, but they shut everyone else's off. It was a lot of fun. God
wow.
bless T-Mobile. I made the move from Sprint, which I had done several weeks prior. All I did was change one phone, and they shut down 6 of my 9 lines. Unbelievable.
That's horrible.
Actually, it was a moron at T-Mobile. How do you do that? How do you disconnect 6 of 9 lines? Aisha says, oh, Joy, an internet problem. I know all about those. Well, it wasn't only internet, Aisha. It was the actual being able to make phone calls. And then my older sister calls me, and she says, well, I don't have service. And I got real snippy with her. I said, really? Well, how'd you call me then? Oh, I'm using my business phone. I'm like, oops. Okay, I did get a little snotty with her because it said Rose Noriega, and she's going, well, I don't have internet, or I can't use the phone. Yeah, but you're talking to me.
You don't differentiate the phone lines when you put them into your phone, like Rose 2, so you know one's the business and one's the regular, or so on and so forth.
I do have the option of work, main, and mobile and stuff like that, and iPhone. But I didn't see, because it says her name and then it says what's calling underneath. I didn't see that. I just saw her name.
Oh, yeah. I've
So,
had people with two different lines, but I usually go like with yours. It would say Roger Noriega, and when you had your work phone, it said Roger Noriega 2.
oh yeah, that's when I had the Union phone, right, Big Dog?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and even though I would,
Oh no, wait a minute! I had a work phone for about 2 years.
yeah,
That's right, I
Yeah.
did.
yeah. So
My
your
buddy.
uh-huh.
No, don't finish. I'm sorry, Big Dog.
No, I was just gonna say. So yours would be Roger Noriega, and then when it was your work phone, I would have it that it's your work phone, but I would also have, just like you, because you just look at the name right away. It would say Roger Noriega 2, so I knew which one you were calling from.
Well, I was going through the issues and I was unhappy. So when I just saw her name, I'm like, okay, here we go. And Jimo was sitting right next to me, and the phone rings. I'm like, oh, son of a. That's actually what I said. So I looked at, so I took the call.
That's a good one, Aisha.
Roger doesn't want a complicated life. Aisha, oh, in some ways that is true, but in others that is 100% flat out. Oh, Big Dog knows that I overcomplicate my life. And as a matter of fact, Big Dog and I were talking on the side, and he commented. Well, actually, I don't know if he said this out loud, or I mean on air, but he did say something was going on, and he said to the effect of, "Oh, I bet your ADHD was out of control, wasn't it?" And I was like, "Yep, yeah." I forget what it was. Do you remember, Big Dog?
I remember that conversation. I remember what it was. I forgot what it was.
And it was such an offhand comment because I told Big Dog what I was going through, and he says, "Oh, and your ADHD was out of control, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." I think it was a private conversation. So, Aisha, in some ways, I like it simple, but in some ways, In my old age, I'm trying to simplify stuff. I did tell Big Dog 2 weeks ago that, or it was last week, that when I've been off the internet quite a bit. Everyone who knows now, I comment from 4 a.m. to about 7, and that's it. And actually got me into a lot of trouble with Big Dog last week. And when I spoke to him off air, I genuinely apologized to him because I was like, dude, Big Dog was really unhappy. And it wasn't that he tried to contact me once. It's not that he tried to contact me twice. It's not that he tried to contact me 3 times. I could go on. Big Dog was really unhappy, and I'm just like, oh, shit. I had nothing to tell him. Nothing. Because I was like, holy shit, he is unhappy. He bitch slapped me on air, Speedy. And then, off air, he went the other way. But he never yelled at me. He never did anything. But I could tell Big Dog was incredibly impatient. And it was funny. So how to upset Roger? A, B, D, C, F, E. Hey, woman. It actually was something like that. It was. Oh, my God. I forget. You kind of deserved it? Oh, okay. Gridiron Girl was a part of it. So you kind of deserved it. She's just being polite. But so I've been off the internet, and long story short, I accomplished quite a bit of stuff last week, and I shared with Big Dog. I bored the crap out of him for at least 10 minutes on all the stuff I got done. So this weekend, I'm probably going to continue and get that out of the way. Folks, I got my iTunes certification. I now finished my notary certification. So my test is in January. So I'm going to have my notary. So in the last 3 months, I've added 3 certifications. And next year, I'm adding 2 more. I'm adding insurance, life, disability, health, and I'm also adding Social Security analyst.
I could have told you years ago that you were certifiable. I mean, it's nothing new. Love you.
No comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to call him out on that? I'm just curious. All right, folks, we're getting close. We're 5 minutes. Things are getting loose. Speedy, all kidding aside, dude, we did miss you. Aisha would ask for you. Also, Gridiron Girl, we do miss you, Speedy. And hopefully Almighty is active on the Facebook page, man.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, but here's the funny thing. Almighty used to send that to us in our, what is it, Big Dog? Our
The PM.
thread,
In the
our
PM.
PM. Thank you. And he always supplies us with a lot of material. And I got to look back and see So I kind of made him a contributor, an editor, and then he was like, "Oh, okay." And now he posts it on our Facebook page, which is absolutely awesome. But I don't see a lot of the posts until the very next day because I work until, like I say, I'm commenting from 4 to 7 a.m., and that's pretty much about it. How's the election going? Thank you, Aisha. It's in full preparation mode. In January, I have to open the PAC, which is a political action committee, and I have to draw the papers from the Secretary of State from Kansas. So how's it going? It's moving forward. And I didn't tell people I'm running for office. I'm running for the governor of Kansas. So
when you
the
fly,
only reason why I can run for the governor of Kansas is because there's no residency requirement. That means that anyone, provided that they're a
U.S. citizen with no criminal record.
okay, well that's 2 yes, thank goodness. I have no criminal record, and I have no actions pending before me. So, yeah, that's what it is. Actually, I could have a criminal record, but it depends. Because if you look at what some people have had, yeah. Look, if you have misdemeanors, folks, it doesn't mean anything. I have no misdemeanors. My last parking ticket was.
Do you have any? You may not have misdemeanors. Do you have misdemeanors?
What? I did not hear. I know there's something there. What was it?
Nothing. I'm just being an ass.
Welcome to Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Folks, let's start getting our pages ready.
No.
Go ahead, Big Dog.
We're going to cover real quick the NBA games today.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I apologize. I'm just saying, let's get our stuff ready, folks. Let's get our stuff ready.
Go ahead, as usual, there's 5 games on tap today. This is the annual tradition, 5 games. A lot of the teams, almost every single team is decimated by COVID protocols and or injuries. But here are the 5 games that are on. So at 9 a.m. on ESPN, it'll be the Hawks visiting the Knicks in New York. Knicks are favored by 6.5. Then we have, here we go, Celtics visiting Milwaukee at 11:30 a.m. on ABC. And Milwaukee is favored by 7. Then the next game is this is one hell of a game. This is the Golden State Warriors visiting the Phoenix Suns. That'll be at 2 p.m. on ABC, and Phoenix is favored by 6.5. Then what at the beginning of the season, everybody was waiting for this one. Everybody thought this would be the finals preview, but everybody's decimated by injuries and COVID. So it is what it is. It'll be the Brooklyn Nets versus the LA Lakers. Of course, here in LA, LA is actually favored by 1.5 because it just came out that Kevin Durant is in health and safety protocols, as is Kyrie Irving. James Harden just came off of safety protocol, so he will be playing. So in essence, it'll be Harden versus LeBron James because, as you know, Anthony Davis is out with an injury for about a month. And Lakers have, I believe, 5 other players in health and safety protocols, which has made them sign people that you wouldn't think they would be signed. They made 3 signings these last few days. And it is what it, like I said, it is what it is. The evening game is the Dallas Mavericks visiting Utah on ESPN at 7:30 p.m. And Utah is favored by a whopping 13 points. And that is mainly because Luka Doncic is out with health and safety protocols. Since he is still out, I would say he does have COVID. Because it wasn't like the LeBron James situation where it was a false positive. Luka's been out 2 or 3 games now, so it most likely is that he has COVID, which they're not allowed to confirm. Those are the 5 games.
I am about ready to go. It is 7 a.m. I still need about a minute or two because I'm moving the pages over to the other side so I can see everything properly. Big Dog, Adam
Dogs.
Silver this week talked about COVID and that I believe the NBA is not gonna, they're not gonna pause, right?
They're not pausing because when everybody saw that the NHL was pausing their season for about a week, and now I guess it was supposed to start back the 27th or 28th. Now they're not starting it back till the 2nd or 3rd of January. So there was a lot of talk about if the NBA would follow suit, since the NBA's also been having a ton of players out. And Adam Silver said, "No, we will move on." They did make an emergency ruling saying players can sign, anybody that's in free agency, anybody that's available, in essence, to 10-day emergency contracts. They're expanding that. So,
Now, right now, Big Dog, they're limited to a 2 week. Have they commented about that?
you mean two 10-day contracts?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes. Not really. I think they're going to wait because they figure 210 days, that'd be 20 days, takes you to the middle of January. I think maybe about the second week of January or so, we're probably going to hear something from Adam Silver as to whether that will be extended to maybe 3 10-day contracts, or if they're going to make some other ruling. But right now, it's they're putting band-aids on it, so they're just doing temporary fixes. We'll see how that goes, though.
All right, folks. I'm sure we're going to get to some of that COVID news. I know we have other stuff to talk about. We actually have sad news in the NFL. We actually have quite a bit of sad news of some players passing. We have some legal stuff, which we're going to get to after we get to the picking of the games. But if you folks are ready, Speedy, ready to go, we're going to go straight to our
Yeah.
All right, folks, bear with me. Let's see. You mean you just ain't been caught yet? That was earlier from Aisha. And Gridiron Girl did ask, what time is the Laker game? She didn't hear, Big Dog.
I believe I changed.
I know.
Quick.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It should be at 5 o'clock if I'm not mistaken. It is at 5 o'clock Pacific time, Aisha. And I believe you're 8 hours ahead. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about midnight your time. I'm not sure how many hours ahead you are. Oh, this is Gridiron Girl. I'm sorry, Gridiron Girl. It's 5 o'clock. I thought it was Aisha asking. I'm so sorry. Apologize on that.
It's all good. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. Didn't mean to have those in. Okay.
I'm glad you didn't have your Star Trek porno on open.
Oh, gee.
So the first game that we're going
Here
to
it
get to,
is.
ladies and gentlemen, is just later this afternoon, and all times are Pacific. Usually we do Eastern time, so this time we are set up on Pacific time. We actually, all right, you know what? Forgive me a moment. We didn't do this, and we should have. We're going to follow the order. We're going to do a quick look at the NFL Thursday night's game. Big Dog, Speedy, Big Dog, did you guys see Thursday night's game?
No.
That's
Kinda.
usually a lead-in, kids.
Kinda.
All right, the Tennessee Titans beat the 49ers 20-17 on the opening of Week 16. So we're going to do the standings very quickly. Ask you to bear with me. We're going to go to the share screen, and there it is. 2021 in the American Football Conference. As of Thursday night's game, in the AFC East, New England Patriots are 9-5. The Bills are 8-6. Miami is 7-7, and the Jets are 3-11, much to the shock of everyone. In the AFC North, the Bengals are tied with the Baltimore Ravens, 8-6, and Pittsburgh 7-6-1, and Cleveland Browns 7-7. This one is far from over, but we are nearing the end. This AFC North is still up in the air. In the AFC South, you have the Titans at 10-5, followed by the Colts 8-6. Texans and Jaguars 3-11 and 2-12 respectively. They're eliminated. In the West, you have the Kansas City Chiefs at 10-4, the Chargers at 8-6, and the Raiders and Broncos tied at 7-7. Believe it or not, as far as playoff picture is concerned, the Raiders and the Broncos are not eliminated. I was surprised when I looked at the playoff schedule. I was like, whoa. But whatever. In the NFL Football Conference NFC East, you have the Dallas Cowboys, who are 10-4, who qualified for their first playoff spot in 3 years. Congratulations, Aisha. The Eagles are 7-7, a shocking 7-7. This is where the Giants should have been, but they're not. The Giants are 4-10. The Washington football team is 6-8. They have been eliminated, as are the Giants. In the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers, I believe, not only have captured the division, but they may have captured the first round bye as of right now at 11-3. I'm not 100% certain on that, but they're up there. They're 11-3. The Vikings are 7-7. The Bears are 4-10. Lions are 2-11-1. In the NFC South, Buccaneers are 10-4. Saints are 7-7. Falcons and Carolina Panthers are 6-8 and 5-9 respectively. And finally, in the NFC West, you have the Arizona Cardinals, who are 10-4, tied with the Rams at 10-4. The 49ers are 8-7, and the Seahawks are 5-9. And if you guys are ready to get to it, are we ready for some football, gentlemen?
Sure.
Let's get to it.
Right now, the first game that we are going to get to is, I'm going to have to move this one over to this side, forgive me. Okay, is the Cleveland Browns 7-7 visiting the Green Bay Packers. And this game is at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. It is at Lambeau Field, and you have the win probability from the NFL website that they're picking the Green Bay Packers 75% to the Browns 25% win probability today. Now, the Browns are 19th in offense. The Packers are 15th. On defense, the Browns are 5th. Packers 7th. Passing, it's clear. The Packers are 10th. Browns are 26th. And in rushing, the Browns are in the top echelon at 5th. And in rushing, the Packers are in the lower third of, anyway, they're 21st in overall rushing. Last time these two teams played was a long time ago. December 9th, 2017, the Packers beat the Browns at Cleveland 27-21. Big Dog, what is the line on this game?
Green Bay by 7.5.
So, knowing this, we have to put the Packers -7 and 1/2. Big Dog, Packers, what's it going to be?
You just said it.
You're going with the Packers?
Yeah. Gotta take the Packers over the baby shit Browns.
All right. Gridiron Girl says she's going to take the Packers. And Aisha says she's going to take the Packers. So let's show their comments right here. And there's Aisha's as well. So.
And the reason why the Packers are going to win is because of nicknames. See, I call them the baby shit Browns. So when your baby has a lot of baby shit, or actually when the child is older, what stops them? What gets you constipated? Well, lots of cheese. What are the Packers? The cheeseheads. Connect the dots.
And there it is, folks. Speedy, what's it going to be for you?
Got to go with the Packers as well. I mean, come on, they're at home. They know how the weather works there. Other teams have not really been that lucky over the years, so I'm going to go with the Packers too.
I didn't mean to block you out there, young man, but Gridiron Girl does like the comment by the Big Dog. So there it is. Oh, that's going to screw up the screen real well. Let me go back to that one. Sorry about that, Matthew. So we're going to go to the next game, folks, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the Indianapolis Colts, 8-6 versus the Arizona Cardinals. This game is today at 5:15 p.m. It's going to be on the NFL Network, and that's it, unfortunately. The game is at State Farm Stadium, and on the NFL website, Arizona Cardinals have a 55% probability to win. Obviously, if it's 55 on a scale from 100, the Colts are 45%. In their statistics, the Colts are 14th on offense. The Cardinals are 9th. Colts are 14th on defense. The Cardinals are 6th. So that's cool. They're in the upper half. They're equal on that. The Colts are. The Cardinals are 9th in passing, 11th in rushing. The Colts are 23rd in passing and 2nd in rushing. Last time these two teams played was a long time ago, on September 16, 2017. The Cardinals beat the Colts at Indianapolis 16-13. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
Arizona by 2.5.
I'm sorry. Okay, by minus 2.5. Folks, this one's going to be easy. I like the Colts on this one. Oh, wait. Gridiron Girl is going with the Colts on this one. Wow. And surprisingly, I think Arizona is a good team, but Gridiron Girl and I are shockingly on the same page on this one. I guess since they are visiting, this would be a clear upset. I am going for the upset with the Colts. Speedy, what's it going to be?
Yeah, I'd like to wager with the Cardinals on this one, but no, I better go with the Colts. I think it's going to be an upset as well.
Oh, wow. Aisha does call the Cardinals for this one. So Speedy is going for I'm sorry, Speedy, I misspelled your name. Speedy is going for the Colts as well. Scorekeeper is going for the Colts, and Gridiron Girl is going for the Colts. Big Dog, what's it going to be?
I'm going to take the Cardinals. They've lost the last 2 in a row. They need to right the ship because they have to prove to themselves that they're ready for the playoffs, which are only just a couple of weeks away, and they're still fighting, I believe, for the number 1 spot. So they need this win. So I think they're going to pull it out.
All right, folks. Those are the 2 games. And if you think about it, the NFL choices for Saturday, these are 2 good games, and it's a shame that one of them is on the NFL Network.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I was going to say that.
I really believe the Colts-Cardinals is going to be a damn good game. There's a lot on the line for both of these teams right now because we're nearing the end, folks.
Well, that's what they get for infringing on NBA Day. We don't infringe on their day.
Excuse me. Well, that's why they're doing it, Big Dog. They're playing. I'm sorry. Damn it.
Who is that picture?
That is not Scorekeeper. We'll have to ask him about that. What is going on here? Okay, there. You heard what you said, so
who is that picture?
That is Chris Smith, who will be doing a program. We did a test on Thursday night, and they put their icon. So whoever's the most recent one to be leading the program, it stays there. So I didn't fix that. So anyway, I do apologize, folks. I got emotional. So we'll leave it at that. The next game starting Sunday. Go ahead.
Well, no. So what was your defense on the NFL infringing on the NBA games?
Oh, it's BS, but they do have one morning game. That's about it. But it's still BS. The NFL has traditionally in the last week or 2, they do Saturday games, but it's still BS. Look, there's no official agreement. Geez, Big Dog, those days are over when gentlemen sat down and did what they did.
That is true.
Yeah, they don't give a rat's ass anymore. But would you kindly clear up the infringement issue that you're referring to?
Well, as you said, there's a gentleman's agreement.
Well, there was.
That Thanksgiving is
NFL.
the NFL's day, and the NBA will not broadcast any games or have any games on Thanksgiving.
On the national.
No, well, they will not have any games on Thanksgiving. And the way and traditionally it worked that the NFL did not have any games on Christmas Day.
Unless it was Sunday, of course, no matter what.
Yeah, Sunday was the only exception on that. But as you said, because of it being the end of the year and Christmas fell on Saturday this year, they just said, well, we're just going with our continuing scheduling.
Yeah, and it's yeah, there's no such thing as as a gentleman's agreement anymore. They don't exist. So, all right, folks, we're now going to get into Sunday's games, and the next game that is up will be the New York Giants 4-10 versus the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 7-7. It is at Lincoln Financial Field. It is on Fox. The win probability is the Eagles at 79% over the Giants 21%. The Giants are 27th on offense, 25th on defense, 21st in passing, 26th in rushing. The Eagles are 12th in offense, 9th in team defense, 24th in passing, and the Eagles are first in rushing. Last time these two teams played, the Giants did edge the Eagles a few weeks ago, November 27, 2021, 13-7. What is the line on this one, Big Dog?
Philly by 10.
And we already have the first one, Aisha, out of the gates. Wow. So I do agree with Aisha on this one. I'm going to go with the Eagles. And Gridiron Girl also is going with the Eagles. Speedy, what's it going to be?
I figured this would happen. I'm sure Big Dog is going to do the same. But I'm going to go with the Giants on this one.
I don't think so. I'm not going to go with the Giants.
Hey, you never know.
That was funny. Hey, Big Dog, that was a suicide hotline call. Notice? Hey, I'm going to the Golden Gate Bridge at 12 noon. You want to join me? Jump off the bridge. Yeah, Speedy, not going to happen. That was smooth.
Well, I mean, we're in Christmas. Anything can happen on Christmas. What if they go into overtime? What if they go into double overtime?
Yeah, I wish they had the Christmas music playing.
The only problem with your thinking there, Speedy, is that this game isn't on Christmas.
Oh, okay. I think he meant Christmas season. That's what he meant.
Yeah, Christmas season.
Yeah, it's all good. That's funny, folks. All right, we're gonna get to the next game, which is the Rams 10-4 versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Did you put me down for the Eagles? Because you didn't ask me, but did you put me down for the Eagles?
I did, Big Dog, and
okay.
I apologize.
That's fine.
When you said that's not gonna happen.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure. Because you dropped me off of one of them last week. I had to go back and remember what I picked.
I missed something.
Yeah, it's because you have like 12 different posts on picks.
Say it ain't so, Big Dog. I missed something. Oh my God, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. Rams 10-4, Minnesota 7-7 at 10 a.m. on Fox. This game is at US Bank Stadium. The Rams have a probability of 62% winning this game as per the NFL. The Rams are 7th on offense, 12th on defense, 4th in passing, and 24th in rushing. The Vikings are 10th in team offense, 30th in team defense. They're 11th in passing and 9th in rushing. And the last time these two teams played was an exciting game. I remember this one. The Rams beat the Vikings at home 38-31 on September 27, 2018. This was one of the first games that was played, if I'm not mistaken, in Los Angeles when they returned. But there we are. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
The Rams by 3.5.
And we already have our first one. Aisha is going with the Lambs. She says the Vikings. Where's Tony, damn it? Where is Tony? So Aisha is going with the Rams. Gridiron Girl is also going to take the Rams. And Scorekeeper is going to take the Rams. Big Dog, what's it going to be on this one?
Yeah, I guess Vince Ferragamo will pull them through.
Wow. All right. Speedy, what's it going to be?
I'm also going to go with the Rams on this one.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to go with the Vikings, but you didn't, so that's good. I'm really glad. And awesome. All right, the next game that we're going to go to, folks, is going to be the Bills. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get rid of this one. The Bills 8-6 versus New England Patriots 9-5. This is going to be a New England clash. This one's going to be good. It's 10 a.m. on CBS. This one is close. It's at Gillette Stadium, and the Patriots are 53% win probability. The Bills are 8th on offense, 1st on defense, 8th in passing, 12th in rushing. The Patriots are 17th in team offense, 3rd in team defense, which is a shock to me still. They're 17th in passing and 13th in rushing. Last time these two teams played was earlier this month. The Patriots edged the Bills 14-10 on December 6th, 2021. And we already have our first one. Aisha is calling it for the Patriots. But what is the line, Big Dog?
Well, with first place on the line in the AFC East, the Patriots have that by one game right now. But if the Bills win it, then they'll be tied. It is New England by 2 is the line.
Okay, Big Dog, what's your call for this one?
I guess I'll take the Patriots. I think they're going to pull this one off. That kid shows no fear, but this should be one hell of a game, though.
Gridiron Girl is taking the Patriots. Speedy.
I will not be taking the Patriot.
You're going to take the Bills on this one, huh?
Yeah. I think the Bills can do it. Like you said earlier, this is going to be a tough game. First place is on the line for both teams.
I may update this pick in a little bit. I like the Bills, but I'm going to go with the Patriots for right now. But this one might be updated. I'm a little indecisive on this one. This is going to be a fun game to watch, and it's going to be on CBS. Hopefully, we'll be able to see it. But I'm looking forward to this game. I like this one. There are a lot of early games, folks, but this is probably the one that has, the most on the line. Actually, no, I take it back, and I apologize. But this is one of the games to watch. All right, next one that we're going to get to, Tampa Bay 10-4 versus the Carolina Panthers at 5-9. This one's going to be on Fox at 10 a.m. And the vast majority of games today are in the morning. This is at Bank of America Stadium, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 81% chance to win as per the NFL. The Buccaneers are 2nd on team offense, 10th on team defense, 1st in passing, 25th in rushing. The Panthers are 28th in team offense. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. 2nd on team defense, 29th in passing, and 16th in rushing. Last time these two teams played, the Buccaneers blew them out 46-23 at Carolina on November 14th, 2020. Big Dog, what is the line on this one, please?
Tampa Bay by 10.
Wow. Speedy, what's it going to be?
I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with the Buck.
Okay, upset because they're visiting, but that might be the only other thing. They're clearly the superior team. But yes, when you're visiting, it generally is considered an upset. But yeah,
Right.
No, it's not. Wait, that's a whole nother contention. Because as I've said before, if your team is 12-4 and you're visiting the team that's 1-11 and you win, that's not an upset because you're the visiting team.
So
it's records that you go by.
So it looks like Gridiron Girl is going to go with the Buccaneers on this one. So Big Dog, what are you going to do?
I guess by your thinking, I'm going with the upset because I'll take the Bucks.
I didn't. Matt is the one that started this one.
No, but by your
that's fine.
No, but
blame me.
No.
Take the
What I'm blaming you on is you're thinking of. You're saying, oh, when it's a visiting team, it's considered the upset. And I said, no, it's not.
Which was initiated by Speedy, but that's okay. Go ahead and go after me. No problem.
No, because you said it before. Many times before.
I'm sure I'd have. So, the Scorekeeper is going to go for the upset.
Oh, so you're taking the Panthers.
No, I'm going with the Buccaneers. So, anyway, it's a fun morning right here at 7:25 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sports Talk with the guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Next game we're going to get to is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-12, visiting the New York Jets at 3-11. This might be the forget about it game. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific time on CBS. It is at MetLife Stadium, and it's the who cares. Jacksonville has a 47% chance to win as per the NFL. The New York Jets are 53%. And when you look at the numbers, Jaguars are 31st in team offense, 19th in team defense, 28th in passing, 22nd in rushing. The Jets on the other side are 22nd in team offense, 32nd in team defense, 15th in passing, 30th in rushing. Last time these two teams played, Jacksonville took it to the Jets 29-15 on October 26, 2019. Jacksonville was at home. Big Dog, what's the line on this one?
The Jets, who have lost 3 in a row, are favored by 1.5 over the Jaguars, who have lost 6 in a row.
This is a game that I don't know why anyone is caring about it, but that's okay. And speaking of caring about it, good morning, Roz. How you doing, Roz?
Hi, Roz. How you doing?
Morning, Rod.
All right. So we already have some comments in there. Aisha's greeter, Gridiron Girls greeter. So very good. Big Dog, what's it going to be on this one? On the I don't care game.
Jeez. I guess I'll take the Jets. It's a coin flip, really. And yeah.
Speedy.
I'm also going to take the Jet. I think they can actually get something done for this game.
Gridiron Girl says she's going to take the Jets, and Aisha also says she's going to take the Jets. All right. I'm concerned, folks, because Big Dog and I have talked about this, that when it comes to picking morning games, I suck. I'm horrible at all the morning games. I'm very concerned because the NFL schedule is almost all morning. There's only like 3 afternoon games. So I am super frightened about this. So I don't know. I don't like Carolina. I am going to jump off with everyone else on this one. I'm going to go with.
You could go with a no pick.
No, I haven't had one of those in a long time. I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since I've done that. So, but thank you for that. Roz is going to take the Buccaneers for the last game. So, thank you, Roz. And if you have any others, Roz, you can. I know it's a very small screen, but you can catch up, folks. So, all right, the next game that we're going to get to is the Detroit Lions at. Oh, did I get everyone's pick? I think I did. Yeah, I already got both of you. Okay. Next game is the Detroit Lions 2-11-1, Atlanta Falcons 6-8. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Fox. It is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The win probability is Atlanta, 72%. Last time these two teams played, the Lions are 25th in total offense, 29th in total defense. They are 25th in passing. We suck. And they're 17th in rushing. The Falcons are 24th. They suck just a tad less. 24th in team offense, 26th in team defense. They're 18th in passing. They're 27th in rushing. Last time they played was October 24th, 2020, a little over a year ago. The Lions edged the Falcons 23-22. Big Dog, what do you have on the line for this one?
Atlanta by 6.5.
Not that it's any genius on my part, but I'm going to go with the home team on this one. Big Dog, what's your choice?
Falcons. Lions are pathetic.
Speedy.
I think I'm going to go with the Lions on this one for whatever reason.
Go with it.
See what happens.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, clearly. Okay, we have several picks over here. Aisha is going. I'm sorry. Gridiron Girl is going with the Falcons. Aisha is also going with the Falcons. And Color Maven is going with the Falcons, as she says, better colors. I'm sticking with Roz. I think next year we're going to put CM for Color Maven. I don't know. Or just Maven. That might be it. We'll see. But then again, Roz is. I'm glad I didn't finish that sentence. I don't.
Roz is
What?
iconic.
Iconic. That is probably what I should have gotten to, but that's not what I was going to say. So thank God I caught myself on that one.
Well, see, that's because there's just so many compliments that you can, put with the name Roz, and you just couldn't figure out which one.
You're actually coming to my defense on that one, Big Dog. Wow.
Yes, I am. Because it's Roz.
Oh, of course. All right, the next game, and Aisha's already going and blowing on this one. The Chargers are 8-6, visiting the Houston Texans 3-11. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific time on CBS. It is at NRG Stadium, and the Chargers have a whopping 82% chance to win this one. That's their probability. The Chargers are 5th in team offense, 22nd in team defense, 5th in passing, 18th in rushing. The Texans are about as bad as can be, statistically speaking. They're 32nd in team offense, 28th in team defense, 31st in passing, 32nd in rushing. The Chargers lost to the Texans several years ago, 27-20 at home, September 21st, 2019. Big Dog, what do you have on the line for this one?
The Texans are favored by 7.
The Texans.
Chargers are favored by 10.5.
Thank you.
You know what's funny is when I did that to you last week, you actually didn't erase the bad.
I
numbers
didn't. I let it go, huh? That's funny. No, because I believe in what you tell me. Now it was like, I see the skunk, I smell the bastard.
Well, no,
I missed it last week.
Well, last week was funny that you left it because I said they were favored by 35.5. And when I was transferring all the names over and doing it, I'm looking at it. I forgot what team it was. Let's say Chargers, and it says Chargers. It says minus 35.5. I'm like, Roger.
Folks, sometimes you just do. And sometimes it's accidental. Sometimes it's like, F it. You see if it goes through. So not that I've ever done that in my place of business, but whatever. Actually, I am. I am. That's neither here nor there.
Is that why you have the solid oak desk?
That's why I no longer have the solid oak desk.
And the office chair made of Corinthian leather.
I am not able to comment about that at the moment because we're on a holiday break right now. I could comment about the desk. I have no comment on the chair. But anyway, Gridiron Girl's going with the Chargers. Roz jumps in and says, hate Charger colors, but we'll take them this time. All right, Roz. Okay, I have to come clean. What I was going to... Oh, no. Big Dog already saved me on this one. I'm not going to revisit that one. Aisha says the Chargers should do it. Thank you, Aisha. I like that you guys, when you post your comments, you show the little images right there. It's really cool. It adds some flavor to the program. And I thank you. Speedy, what's it going to be, young man?
I'm going to go with the Chargers as well.
Woohoo! Uh-oh. Big Dog, what's it going to be?
I'll take the lightning bolts. They should do it.
And the Big Dog is also going for them. So do we all jump off together? You bet damn right we're all going to jump off together. Scorekeeper is going with the Chargers. All right. Exciting stuff, folks. So here it is. The next game that we're going to get to is, of course, Roz's team. So I think I already know the pick. She'll get the first one at this, but I'm setting it up because of the delay. Roz, Baltimore Ravens are 8-6. The Cincinnati Bengals are 8-6. This is at 10 a.m. Pacific time on CBS. As I said, the vast majority of games are in the morning. It's at Paul Brown Stadium. The Bengals have the probability 65% to 35%. Wow. The Ravens are 6th on offense. The Bengals are 16th In team defense, I should say team offense, but now team defense, the Ravens are 18th, the Bengals are 15th. On passing, the Ravens are 13th, the Bengals are 12th. And in rushing, the Ravens are 4th and the Bengals are 12th. Wow. Last time these two teams played, the Bengals just holy mother of mercy beat up on the Ravens 41-17 on October 23rd, 2021 on the road. The Bengals did. That's crazy. Big Dog, what's the line on this one?
Cincinnati by 4.5.
And Roz does go with the Ravens on this one. So, Big Dog, what are you calling on this one? Because Aisha is going with the Bengals.
Can I see the numbers again, please?
Oh, damn it. I'm so sorry, Big Dog.
It's all right.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Sucky.
You know what? Even though the numbers are a bit better for the Ravens, I'm going to take the Bengals. I think they're yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals. Damn.
Okay. So Big Dog is going to take the Bengals. What's it going to be there, Speedy?
I am going to...
Gridiron.
Yeah, this...
The Bengals.
Yeah, this one's a tough one. I know that for a fact.
Scorekeeper is going to take the Bengals on this one. Sorry, Roz. I like the Ravens. I really do, Roz. But the Bengals are at home, and for some reason, the Bengals seem to have the Ravens number.
But in this case, I'm gonna, and you both brought up eloquently earlier, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna take the Ravens on this one.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Good movie, too.
Yeah, very good movie.
By the way, yeah, it is. All right, so we're now going to get into the afternoon games. So let me get rid of this one. The first afternoon game is the only game at 1:05 p.m. today on Fox. Like it matters. The Bears, sorry, Cuervo, 4-10, visiting the Seattle Mariners at 5-9. It's at 1:05 p.m. on Fox. It's at Lumen Field, which is a beautiful field, by the way. The win probability is Seahawks 71%. The numbers for team offense are Bears 29th, Mariners are 30th. In team defense, the Bears are 8th, the Mariners are 31st. In passing, the Bears are 32nd. They are the worst. And the Mariners are 27th. And in rushing, the Bears are 8th, the Mariners are 23rd. Last time these two teams played, the Bears took it to the Seahawks 24-17 on September 17, 2018. That was an eternity ago. So, Big Dog, what's it going to be on this one? What is the line?
The Supersonics by 6.5.
All right, we already have several. So, Aisha is taking the Sea Hags. And good morning, Tovarish. Das Vidania. Thank you for joining us. Roz is taking the Seagulls. I'm thinking of Duran Duran. That's okay. Speedy, what's it going to be?
The Bears.
Okay. Big Dog. It's 4-10 versus 5-9.
Yeah, I know.
Gridiron Girl is taking the Seattle Supersonics.
Much as I love General America, I'm going to have to go against his team, and I'll have to take the Mariners.
All right, Speedy. Looks like you are the outlier on this one, like you were with the Lions Falcons, and you were with the Bills Patriots, and you were with the Giants Eagles. Man.
Yeah, that's going to be a... I don't know how that record might look bad for me this season.
Dude, no. Let me tell you. Either you are going to score big this week, or you are going to be in flames.
I'm just now having flashback to a few years ago when I told you guys and I told my friends here, and there's a video about it on my Facebook page too, where I told everybody that the Niners were not going to win that Super Bowl. I mean, a couple of guys at church. All right, fine, we'll shake on it. And somebody said, well, fine, put me in your video too. And if they win, I'll buy you a big burrito. I'm like, oh, okay, a big Mexican burrito. Thank you very much. And we shook hands, and what happened? The Niners did not win that Super Bowl. People were like, you got lucky. I'm like, no, I told you that was going to happen.
Yes, you are the prognosticator for that game. There was no doubt about it, Speedy. How was the burrito?
Oh, I had the biggest burrito. It was very, very delicious.
Well, it was delicious because it was not Hondureño. It was not Guatemalteco. It wasn't Costa Rican either. It was Mexican. That's why it was good.
No, the reason why it was good is because it was free. Free food always tastes better.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't pay for that one.
Yeah, there is no doubt. So, that is best. And well said, Big Dog. This is the second afternoon game, folks. Pittsburgh Steelers 7-6-1 versus the Kansas City Chiefs at 10-4. This game is at 1:25 p.m. Pacific time on CBS. And again, this is the only 1:25 start game. And that's it for the afternoon games. This is at
no. There's one more 1:25 game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I miscounted. Yes, that's right. There were 3 afternoon games, and then you have the evening game. I apologize, folks. I misspoke. This one is at Arrowhead Stadium, and the Chiefs are 78 win probability percentage. Last time, I don't know why I do that. On offense, the Steelers are 21st. The Chiefs are 3rd. In team defense, the Steelers are 27th, and the Chiefs are still a charitable 24. In passing, the Steelers are 14th. The Chiefs are 2nd. In rushing, the Chiefs are 19th, and the Steelers are 31st. Last time these two teams played was on August 16, 2019. And the Steelers beat the Chiefs by 10, 17-7. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
Kansas City by 8.5.
All right. Speedy, what's it going to be? Because we already have the picks. Aisha is going with the Chiefs. Roz is going with the Chiefs. And Gridiron Girl, she dislikes the quarterback, but she is going with the Chiefs.
Oh, wow. She doesn't like Mahomes. Surprising.
No. Oh, yeah. She don't like him.
Well, I like him, so that's why I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
All right, Speedy. Big Dog. Should I even ask?
You can.
All right, I'm going to ask. Who are you going for?
Well, even though this is going to be Big Ben's second to the last game, because I do not believe they're going to make the playoffs, I'm going to take the Chiefs.
But, wow. What about last week's game with the Steelers, folks? Big Ben. Still had a little bit left, folks. I still believe he has a little bit left, but the reality is, as Big Dog says, ya estuvo. But there was still some life. I believe there's life, but this kid, oh my goodness, Mahomes. But Big Dog is going to take the Chiefs, and Scorekeeper will round it off, and we're all going with that team. So let me close this one. Sorry, folks. I had difficulty setting it up, but we're going to go to the next game, which is the Denver Broncos 7-7 versus the Las Vegas Raiders 7-7. It is at 1:25 p.m. Pacific time on CBS. This is the game I'm hoping to watch. It's at Allegiant Stadium, and the Denver Broncos are favored 51% to the Raiders 49%. On team offense, the Broncos are 18th, the Raiders are 11th. On team defense, the Broncos are 4th, and the Raiders are 16th. In passing, the Broncos are 19th, the Raiders are now 3rd. They were 4th, they've moved up to 3rd. And in rushing, the Raiders have been at 29th, I believe. They're still at 29. and the Broncos are 10th. Last time these two teams played was, a little more than a few weeks. October 16, 2021, the Raiders by 10 over the Broncos, 34-24. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
Las Vegas in their
Both places.
in their infinite wisdom that they take hours and hours and hundreds of people to figure out the spread that they're usually never wrong on. They pick this game as an even.
It's even. Yep. It happens. It's rare when Vegas does take buys, folks. They do.
Okay.
And this one is genuinely even. Go ahead.
Before you guys have your picks, or if you want to make your changes or whatever, of course, these are both teams at the bottom of the AFC East. The only big difference, and this is a very telling sign, they're both 7-7. But the Denver Broncos so far this season are a plus 42 in the points. The Las Vegas Raiders are a minus 75 in points. So that means they've given up 75 more points than they have scored. That is a very telling sign. Home, Vegas is 3-4. And on the road, Denver is 3-3. So there you go. There you go, people. Make your picks.
What a shock. What a shock. Gridiron Girl is going with the Broncos. That is her team. Roz is going with the Raiders. Aisha is going with the Raiders. Do I have to ask the stupid if there was any question, says Aisha. Whoa.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So, geez, Speedy.
I'm converting people.
Speedy, who are you going to pick?
Like Aisha said, is there any question?
I suppose not. Speedy's going for the Raiders. Big Dog, you gave us some fine analysis.
Man, this is a tough one, guys.
Gridiron Girl is commenting, though. Whatever. And I swear to God, if I could imitate Gridiron Girl, she threw whatever at me several times on the phone. Oh.
And I'm going to say this.
And it's not hood whatever, but it's just well done.
I'm going to say this in the most loving way. I'm going to jump on gig and go with the Broncos.
Okay.
Scorekeeper has no answer.
I'm going with the Raiders.
This one
as
is.
As much as I would want to play Big Dog, I'm not going to play.
This one is literally a pick'em. I don't think you can't go wrong with any of the.
Not one, not two, not three, not four, but five.
5 times? That can be. Never mind. I won't say anything.
Oh, what the hell have you not said? What have you not said? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sports Talk with the guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. We are having a blast here this morning. Big Dog, I don't understand why you're holding back. You don't, of all programs, you don't hold. The only other program where you don't hold back would probably be Joke Night. And I've talked about it. I haven't been able to. Folks.
I have tons of jokes. I'm just waiting for that go ahead.
Okay. I'm not going to make the announcement that I was about to make. We're going to issue a press release, but it has something to do with Monday Night America. As you know, folks, tax season is coming. Jedi.tax. But anyway, tax season is coming, and I am already drowning in work. Thank God. Don't get me wrong. I'm eternally happy. But my first appointment officially is January 4th. Oh. I am already booked big time. This is going to be as base. Who is the cartoon character? I need everyone's help, folks. I'm going to get murderized this year. Remember the cartoon character? Who said that? I don't know.
Yosemite Sam?
Was it? We're going to get mutilized.
That's either Yosemite Sam or Foghorn Leghorn. That sounds like something either one of those would say.
Great choice, Big Dog. I don't know. I'm asking for help because I'm going to get mutilized this year. It's already been. Look, the Build Back Better plan, had it gone through, I think 10,000 tax preparers would have done this. Because it would have been 2 consecutive years of them screwing us, and it would have been a third. So it's absolutely horrible. Aisha says, well, I'm sorry, Big Dog, but I'm going for the Cowboys.
Which I guess would be the next game.
That is the next game, folks. So there it is.
Did we get our picks for the Raiders?
I believe we did. Big Dog.
Yeah, I believe we did.
Scorekeeper went for the Raiders. So Here we go. The next game that we are going to go for, I think it is an easy pick. It is Washington 6-8 versus the Cowboys 10-4. This is a Sunday night game, folks, at 5:20 p.m. Pacific time on NBC. It's at AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys 80% win probability. The Cowboys are first in team offense, 20th in team defense, 6th in passing, 7th in rushing. The Hatters of the world, Dallas Cowboy fans, I don't know if you've seen it, Aisha, they cannot spell for shit. They cannot spell if their life depended on it. And it's now become a meme that the Hatters, which is pretty much everyone else, they're against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are saying haters, but they don't know how to spell the haters. They've been spelling it Hatters. So, congratulations, Cowboy fans. You guys are morons. The Washington football team on team offense is 20th, team defense 23rd, passing 22nd. They're 14th in rushing, which there might be their only saving grace. The Cowboys edged them earlier this month, 27-20, at Washington. What is the line on this one, Big Dog?
The Cowturds by 10.
Okay. And Aisha is responding to the Big Dog because she knows how it goes. Aisha, her team, she's first in line. She's going for the Cowboys. And she says she's sorry, Big Dog. Now, Gridiron Girl says, I still haven't got my stimulus.
Same here, Gig. I haven't gotten mine either.
Yeah. I think that's all of us.
I, to the shock, got it last night. I actually received the check. I was stunned. I was stunned. So no one's going to get it today because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
I got it yesterday. I was stunned. I've been so pissed. Gridiron Girl says she's going to take the Cowboys. Scorekeeper is going to go with the Cowboys. Big Dog. What are you going to go for, Big Dog?
I have come to the realization, because this race is super tight, Gridiron Girls got us by 3 games. Percentage-wise,
and games.
She is almost a full percentage ahead of you and 1.2 on me. But I've come to the realization that if I had bet with my mind instead of my heart, I'd be running away with this damn thing. And I'm super pissed about that during this week. When I was looking at the scores. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys because I know they're going to win. Of the 10 wins that the Cowboys have, I probably, if I was betting with my mind, would have picked them 8 of those times. So that would have given me a 5-game lead over everyone. When I saw that, I became super pissed at myself. So I want to win this damn prediction contest. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Speedy, what's it going to be?
Well,
Washington or Cowboys?
I'm going to go with Washington. That's just because.
You know what?
This year I felt differently towards the Cowboys, so I'm going to go with Washington.
Roz is going to go with the Cowboys, and Scorekeeper is going with the Cowboys. So there we are. And Gridiron Girl, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah.
In many ways,
yeah,
Gridiron
that's
Girl,
true. No, it is absolutely true. It is absolutely true.
Hey, it is what it is.
Scorekeeper
I
doesn't.
don't play
Scorekeeper
that
hates
game.
those.
Yeah, I agree with Gridiron Girl. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I just don't play those games. I just don't understand. And I'm saying play the game right now, not to be dismissive. It's just a lot of energy is played. Big Dog has bitch slapped me so many times by saying, "Dude, but that's what we're in. We're in the industry of imagine if." I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play. That's my line. I don't want to play. It's always been that way. But Gridiron Girl, congratulations, you are in the lead. Now the thing is, Gridiron Girl, you have to maintain that lead. Everyone is gunning for you now. So the Monday night game, we already have our first pick in, and it's going to be Miami 7-7 versus the Saints 7-7. Like, oh wow, it's like who cares? 5:15 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN. It is at the Caesars Superdome. Miami 57% probability to win. The Dolphins are 23rd in team offense, team defense are 17th, and passing they're 16th, and rushing they're 28th. The Saints are 26th in team offense, 11th in team defense, 13th in passing, 15th in rushing. Last time these two teams played was 2 years ago, and then some. It was a practice. Dolphins 16, Saints 13, and the Saints were at home. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
The line is Miami
Like,
by
who
2.5.
cares?
2.5 by Miami. That's
All
surprising.
right. The first pick that we have already is Aisha. She is taking the Saints. So she's going against the grain, or at least the picks. Roz is taking the Cowboys, which I did get earlier. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Gridiron Girl is taking the Dolphins. And Roz is going to take the Saints on this one. Speedy, what's it going to be?
I am shockingly going to take the Saints on this one.
You're not a Saints fan, are you?
No.
Yeah. All right. Big Dog.
You know what? Let's see who's got what now. They're both 7-7. I'm gonna take the Dolphins on this one. Dolphins have won 6 in a row. Saints have only won 2 in a row, and they've been very sporadic in their winning. So I think I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Are I think really shooting for the playoffs. Saints, I think, don't really care whether they go or not. At least that's the way they're playing.
This is for me. It's a lame game. There's no playoff implications whatsoever, and with everything else that was said before me, I'm just going to go with the line on this one. So Scorekeeper is going to take Miami. So there it is. We have them, folks. So I ask you to bear with me very quick as we continue. I'm going to go ahead and post these, and we're going to update. I believe the Saturday post has gone up. Yes, on Sports Talk with the Guys. I usually put them to post at about 6:47 a.m. So
Yeah, it went up yesterday.
For Sunday?
Oh no, Sundays. I'm sorry. I thought you said Saturdays. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sundays I saw. Never mind. I won't even make comments anymore either. Because I commented on the Saturday one, but you didn't answer or didn't see it or ignored it, whatever.
So I'm going to go ahead and update the one on Sunday. So we are good. So, folks, we did surprisingly well for having a slate of games. We had quite a few to go over. So while we do this, I'm going to ask Big Dog to take us to our next topic.
Actually, you're
I
not.
go ahead and post this.
Actually, you're not because I got to get going. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, all right.
Kathy's working. She had to work both days.
I'm glad we got all the picks in. Roz, hopefully we'll get the rest of your picks in as well.
See you guys soon. Later.
All right, Big Dog.
All right.
And there it is. So let me go ahead and see if I can chew gum and talk at the same time.
Come on, that's easy to do.
See, without even trying, I'm getting in trouble with the Big Dog because he's been commenting. And while yesterday was Christmas Eve, I really wasn't on Facebook. So I got in trouble again. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Without even trying, I piss people off. What is right, guys? I'm going to cook Christmas dinner, so stay safe and keep safe. Thank you, Aisha.
All right,
Merry
Isha.
Christmas.
Merry
Enjoy your
Christmas.
day. Take care of your mom. And I was not expecting you today, Aisha, and you still took the time to meet with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So, folks, I do have the post for Sunday. I'm going to update it right now, and it was posted about an hour ago. Let me edit the games for Sunday. I'm actually all of the posts are going to be up on the Sunday one, which, of course, irritates the big dog because I put a Saturday post. So, sorry, my ADHD is out of control. So, all right, let me do the picks. Saturday's games are going to be in there as well. So, everything I can do to piss the big dog off without even trying, man. I mean, how good is that?
That's really good, I guess.
Yeah. And so I'm going to move Saturday's picks to no, I'm going to keep them all on the Sunday one. Oh, it's going to irritate him no end. I'm never going to hear the end of it. I will remove Thursdays because that's already there. But Saturdays, I'm going to move it to the Saturday post. So I do apologize. There are 2 posts right now. So Sundays and Mondays is now up there. Let me go and find the one for Saturday, which is the one where Big Dog wants to beat me up over. So I'm going to edit that post. And there we go. All right. And we have them on there. So we have a Saturday post for today's games, and we have a Sunday one for Sunday and Monday. So right now, someone would probably say, well, why don't you do one for Monday? No, I'm too lazy. Ho, 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 Michelle, Evelyn, Ken. They're commenting on my page for my early post this morning. Merry Christmas, one and all. Folks, we are now entering our 3rd hour here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. We thank you for joining us on this wonderful holiday as we close 2022.
Don't you mean 2021? You jumped a year ahead.
You're right. Thank you for listening. I am trying to get out of 2021 as soon as possible. So,
I know we all are. We all are.
There's this meme that went up in 2020 of this girl. She's behind some sort of fence or gate, and she says, "This is my 2021." She jumps over the fence and she falls flat on her face, and then she starts to get up and run to her right, and there's a massive sprinkler, and it just knocks her on her ass. And she says, "This is my 2020." My comment was, "That's our 2020." And I think it carried over to 2021. Everyone was hoping for 2021 to be much better, and it turned out to be almost a twin. Or at least
exactly, because we had to go back to the whole mask thing, and
well, we are definitely going back to it here in Southern California. I don't know how it is up there in San Jose, but we are back to mask mandates for indoors, and it's Now, there's a mandate in Los Angeles County, actually not Los Angeles County, Los Angeles City, where if you walk into an indoor facility, bar, or restaurant, you have to prove that you're vaccinated. Otherwise, I guess you have to keep your mask on, even during the meal. I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to enforce it. Oh, wow. What is it up there where you are, Speedy?
Well, here in the Bay Area, it's pretty much the same thing, per our governor. Whether you're vaccinated or not, just wear your mask.
Yeah.
Because everything is now up to the Supreme Court. Whether a mandate can be law or not.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which is why because you mentioned January 4th, on January 3rd, I'm not even sure if I'll make the show that week because that is, well, you and Big Dog know. That's what it's known in retail, ladies and gentlemen, as Hell Week. Inventory Week.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Folks, we are doing a program on Monday night. Thank you, Matt. It is the professionals. We're doing it once a month on the first Monday of the month. And this will be our second episode now. We did the one in December. We're going to do it in January. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So it is a tad earlier. For others, it's like, it's still late. But the professionals has returned. And it is the West Coast version of the sports reporters on ESPN. Thank you, Mike Lupica, by talking too much and killing the sports reporters. So I'm going to copy that and do it on the West Coast. This is the West Coast version of the sports reporters. So the program runs between 30 to 45 minutes, and we look at the three major topics that are happening at the time, and that's what we talk about. So that one will be on January 3rd at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then Monday Night in America is scheduled to follow at 7 p.m. So, anyway, I don't know if you heard about this one, Speedy, but the Hawaii Bowl has been canceled due to COVID. Because the Hawaii football...
Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. And unlike the big dog, I don't ever interrupt you, but I wasn't actually done. The first week of January, I've got to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 a.m.
Do you know when you say 3 a.m., you know what that's code for, right? Read in between the lines.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Wow. So what time are you going to get out? Yeah, early. Join us.
Yeah, probably about 7:30.
Wow. So you're going to do inventory that early. I miss those days. Have I been to work at 3 a.m.? Probably not in the last year, but I have been to work that early before. It's rough for the older you get. Well, I don't know. Actually, it might be easy. I don't know. 3 a.m., I guess as a kid, it could be, because it's just generally against what we're trying to do. I don't know. It's funny. I am not a morning person, but I could get to work early and on time.
Well, you started doing these programs early in the morning, 6 a.m.
I used to do them at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
We did it to capture the East Coast audience, because when we were live at 9 a.m., it was noon over on the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
And most people were already out and about on their day. So that's why we switched to 6 a.m. And Big Dog made the move just like that. And when I debated moving it to 5 a.m., Big Dog said, I'm out.
Yeah. But you know,
not start at 5 a.m.
You know, retailers wouldn't actually let minors do any inventory because they're minors.
So are you going to be doing the actual inventory, or are you doing the supervision?
I will be on the inventory team because, see, if you and Big Dog were still in retail, last year all retail stores got away with COVID because the big bosses, they didn't want to go into the stores because of COVID. But now that things are starting to get back to somewhat normal, the big bosses are like, oh, we're going to be coming in every single day that first week of January to make sure you're on top of your game. And we're like, let's just relax. We'll breathe. And that's why it's called Hell Week 2 in retail, because they're going to be there every single day.
For my employer, inventory was about April. So that's when we would do it. Now in retail, especially at Thrifty Drug when I was there, I forget, what are you drinking? What are you drinking this early in the morning? Come on, spill it. What are you drinking? You're drinking a Coke. You are drinking a Coke this early in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, Coke Zero.
Way to go, Speedy. I used to drink sodas that early in the morning. Now I just drink America's drug.
Coffee,
so,
yeah.
Which I'm due for a refill in a moment. Yeah, I'm almost out. It's still cold in here. It is only 48 degrees. It's gone up 1 degree. I am
Nice.
not removing this jacket. Actually, this is a good jacket. And yeah, it is warm. This is the jacket, folks, that when I went out or when I saw someone, I commented to her that I was looking for a jacket and we were at Target. And I pointed this jacket out and I said, it's got little side pockets and stuff. And then she started playing with all the zippers and everything. And she was playing with it in a suggestive mode. At which point I was like, could I put that jacket on first? And then she went wild with the jacket. Oh, it was so funny. She was a team player on that one. So
And that jacket is green, by the way, right?
No, it's gray.
Oh. From far away, it looks green.
It's because of the light.
Yeah.
But it's gray. It's black in here and it's gray.
Yeah, I like jackets that have inside pockets. Those are cool.
Yeah, well, this one has the pocket out here in front, which is good. And then it just has a bunch of zippers. That's all. I thought it had an inside pocket, but the inside pocket is right there in the. So, but it is very warm. I do like this one, and it's the jacket that stuffs. Oh, damn it! I messed it up. This jacket is the stuff that dreams are made of. Yes,
there you go. There you go.
I saw things done to this jacket. I said, I got to have that jacket. And I went back and bought it. But anyway, being as stupid as I am, it is cool. We have talked about COVID very briefly. We mentioned that the Memphis season is over because Hawaii pulled out. You heard that this week the NHL took a breather. They're not playing any games for about a week to catch up and try to control the COVID. Before we did our NFL picks, Big Dawg pointed out, as I alluded to, that Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, says, "Yeah, we're not going to stop. We're going to see this through." And NHL players have agreed with the league not to go to Beijing for the Olympics. Wow. Now, the Olympics are actually several days off. I believe the Olympics start in February. But America's hockey players and Canadian hockey players, I believe. Actually, I don't know. Did you hear about that, Speedy?
No, I did not.
I assume the Canadian players are not going as well.
They're probably not.
The Winter Olympics are set to start February 4th, and they will go through February 20th. We have a lot of stuff going on in February, as I've alluded to in the past. February, wow. It starts basically with the Olympics on the 4th. On the 5th, we have the NHL All-Star Game, and then we have a NASCAR event at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And then on the 6th, we have the Coliseum exhibition, the NFL Pro Bowl, and then on the 13th, we have the Super Bowl, the 20th, end of the Olympics, NASCAR Daytona, the NBA All-Star Game, wow. And then NASCAR Fontana and IndyCar on the 27th. There's a lot of stuff going on in February.
Oh, yeah.
So we will be here covering all of that stuff. So I'm going to put the calendar away right now. I think the ants are starting to come into my office here. I notice up on the calendar, I keep looking up, and there are ants on my calendar. So due to the rain, I guess they're looking for food. Yeah, so forgive me for putting that away. So, Matt, I apologize that I did cut you off. That's what Scorekeeper does, unfortunately.
Right. I've known this for years now.
It's an eternal fight that I'm waging. I try not to, but I'm working on it. I don't know if you heard about the Georgia high school quarterback that passed away.
I do not.
Quarterback Robbie Roper dies at 18 from surgery complications. He was a high school quarterback from Georgia who had been offered several college scholarships. He died at 18. He was at Roper-led Roswell High School in the Atlanta area to state quarterfinal finish. And he went in for surgery, and there were complications, and he passed away. There are no actual details on it, but wow, 18 years old.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
That's why you got to be careful with surgery.
Yeah. In the NHL, it was kind of like last week. Dallas Stars Joe Pavelski breaks down in tears discussing the injured teammate Tanner Kero. You guys saw it. John Klingberg scored the power play in 2:13 in overtime, and the Dallas Stars beat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-3 on Saturday night. Joe Pavelski had 2 power play goals and 2 assists, and Jason Robertson also scored for Dallas. But, let me get over to his teammate. I had it right here. That was taken off by a stretcher. And I've lost that link right now. I'm sorry, folks. That's why I was just staring at the screen. The link is not valid at the moment. All right, we'll get to another story. Speedy, what do you want to get to right now?
Well, with things going off in sports, we know how things go with fans getting crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just amazing when they do this.
Shut up, bro. It ain't that serious, yo. It ain't that serious. Shut up. Let them watch the game with you, yo. Alright, yo. When did I shut the fuck up? Like, what are you talking? Shut up, man. Shut up, yo. You fucking crazy.
Hold that right now. I'm not going to embarrass you right now, okay?
I'm not doing anything.
Don't go in your mouth. Hey, let's come over here. Let's come over here.
Shut up, yo. Shut up. Oh, shit. Shut up, yo.
Now that was at a Steelers game on December 11th, where a guy, he's there acting like an idiot with his 10-year-old son because an African-American woman is talking normally, but to him, for whatever reason, he thinks she's talking too loud, and he's like, why don't you just shut up? She's like, excuse me? And his kid starts freaking out, and she turns around because he called her the other word that I'm not going to repeat at all, which causes her to throw water on him. And they're both cheering for the same team. So you've got Steelers fan fighting another Steelers fan. I think this guy was out of his mind. You can go to my Facebook page and watch the video. It's there. To watch the video in its entirety about what happened and how the whole thing got escalated. And the guy who made the video, he almost got arrested by security because they thought he started it. He's like, no, I'm just filming this. What do you guys think you're doing? And the police were like, well, you're involved. We've seen this before, Scorekeeper. There may have been some substance that he was using before this, because as we talked about earlier in the program with the Tom Brady incident, you don't just lash out for no reason. More than likely, it looks like to me while watching this video, when I saw it on December 11th, he might have been a little intoxicated, which prompted this whole thing. But you made your kid cry. You did all this in front of your kid. Scorekeeper, do you have anything to say about this?
I have seen the video. It's been a little while now. It's been about 2 weeks. And Matt, I believe both you and I are on the same boat. We've kind of talked about this over the years. My greatest fear on going to a baseball game or any event is being down in front and have the bozo morons behind me throwing peanuts, throwing whatever, because they go to a game, they drink, they believe they have the right to do whatever they want to do when they're inebriated. And it just annoys me to no end that these punks, the vast majority of them are children, men. They're acting like kids because they're drunk. And it just annoys. That's my worst fear. Not getting into a fist fight. I'm not worried. My brother beat me up well enough that I know how to defend myself. I'm not worried about getting into a fist fight. But these idiots, they drink and drink and drink, and they think it's okay. And I don't know if this guy had something to drink, but you're there to watch a game. But then there are people that are looking, for whatever reason, to just fight. I sarcastically tell, well, I know why they're angry and they want to pick fights with other people. Because number one, they're insecure. Two, they ain't getting any at home. Duh. So they're angry about that. So they might as well take it out on someone. And it's just, it's pathetic. I don't drink. Okay, Matthew, I do drink. But, Matt, if you buy me one beer, I will drink that beer for 4 hours. I will nurse that baby because that's just the way I don't drink. So I'm the guy in at the party that has that same beer when he walked in. And I'll probably have it till the moment I leave because it's just the way I am. But there are other people that just drink to excess. And Big Dog and I have gotten into fights over this because he refers to, well, you're going to go and party. That's your definition of partying, is drinking to excess. He says, well, no. I said, but you just defended that's what people do when they go out to drink. I don't consider that partying. I know most people do. I don't. So, okay, I'm belaboring the point. Speedy,
Yeah.
It's bad. You don't engage the fans. I mean, I'm going to ignore the fans, but if there are punks throwing stuff at me, yeah, I don't look for a fight. I just go straight to security because, most people will point. They know. Other people will tell you, oh, it's like, these idiots or they're over there or whatever. And you just go to security and tell them, look, they're hitting me with stuff. I want them to move me to a better seat or get rid of them. And usually security gets rid of them. I've had more people removed from their seats than I care to admit. Because I just tell security, they're interfering with my watching the game. And usually they get moved.
Yeah, and to Robin's point, like I said, he had a 10-year-old kid there with him. When she threw the water, she got a little bit of water on him too, which is what made him cry even more, because he doesn't know what the heck's going on. I've been in his shoes where my real dad, all he did was drink and just lose his mind because he was so drunk and wasted that I would start crying for no reason at all because I didn't know what was going on. If you're going to take your kid to a game like this, just don't drink.
My father took me to many games, and he always drank. But he would drink one or two because he was going to drive. So I think by the 6th inning, he was done drinking. And like I said, he would have a beer, maybe two. but he never drove drunk. So, but he never. We went to enjoy the game. We didn't go there to pick a fight. And there's always a group of fans, almost in every section, that's all they do. Speedy. Again,
Yeah.
they're insecure. They're bitter with life, and they want to impress their little peer group. And number 4, they ain't getting any. So they've got to take it out on other people. The very same people that are on the freeway that are blocking everyone else, they're what we call mandilones in Spanish. A mandilon is the one that is manhandled by their spouse. And a mandilon is, well, they have no control over their life. So when they're on the freeway, for those rare moments, they're able to control by screwing with other people. The people on the freeway, COVID people, by the way, because, hey, we didn't have those issues during COVID. So everyone that was at home for COVID, you guys are the shitty drivers, because we didn't have any of you when COVID was going on. Now that you're back, hey, the shitty drivers are back. But anyway, these people, dude, it's a problem. And look at what happens. The kids are the ones that are suffering the most. Do you think they will stop selling alcohol to avoid lawsuits when someone gets hurt? No.
No, we've talked about this on the show back in 2011 when they were deciding
Very specific.
should sports stop selling alcohol, and all the sports, baseball, basketball, all of them agreed. No, that's kind of our main revenue source, so no, we're not going to stop selling alcohol. We know what it does, but again, that's our main selling point. No.
Also, Raws at the stadiums, they talk about it, don't they, Speedy? Where they say, don't drink, have a buddy. They're proactive about this. And after the 7th inning, they cut off sales of beer. I don't think the teams will get in trouble, per se, the ownership groups, because due to issues in the past, they've been able to get around it. And it's personal responsibility, man. I don't understand why people will drink to excess, that they will pass out or they will get into such a mood that they just want to fight with other people. And it happens at stadiums. I don't know if it happens as much, but it also happens because of where you sit. Forgive me. At Dodger Stadium, and Gridiron Girl will probably disagree with me, I stopped seating in the bleachers because it was rowdy, and boy, would they stopped selling liquor in the bleachers because it got so out of hand. If there were 100 cops at Dodger Stadium, 80 of them were in the bleachers section. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
I stopped sitting in the bleachers. I started buying the more expensive tickets. So
Now, to one final point on this, let's look at it from a different side of view, which I've seen many, many times. You guys know, I've told you before, I grew up as an action kid, which is why I'm almost always on the side of law enforcement. And I've been in that position to, as a manager and a leader, to say, no, yes, you can do this, but no, you can't do that. What would you do if you were the security guard and you would immediately went to the guy who was filming the whole thing and you're going, you're under arrest? And he says, me? I'm just the one filming this. I'm not the one who started this. That's the guy right there. That's the guy you want to take out. I scored him out. And they're still trying to get you involved when you're not ever technically involved.
It's bad security, bad law enforcement. They just, look, I know they're human beings, but dude, once they get that stupid thought in their mind, they're just not going to let it go. And they don't care. Folks, people have lost their lives. They've lost their livelihoods because of people who film, good or bad. So I understand that they see people, someone who's recording, as a possible enemy, but do your job. If you do your job, the person recording, it won't be an enemy. So
Yeah.
it's not good. But recording someone, the Supreme Court has already established that you have the right to do so in a public place. And if you are under the employ of government, it's tough. Sorry, you have no option. So the guy being arrested, that's just stupid on behalf of security. Are they law enforcement or are they security? Or both?
They're just security for the event.
Yeah. It could be law enforcement, but yeah, I'm not surprised. I've seen them, and they're going by what they're being told. As they're arriving, people are telling them, "Hey, it's those guys down there," or "Look, it's all of them." And someone could have said, "Yeah, the guy recording, he's part of it," and they're going by that.
Right.
Yeah, someone who's recording. How are they involved? The root of all evil is people being stupid because they choose to be stupid. As Ross said earlier, somebody's kid will get hurt. Well, why are you even picking the fight, man? If someone is mouthing off, you inform security. You just don't mess with them. That's what you do. That's the best thing to do. When you take it in your own hands, things get out of control.
And also, when you take it into your own hands, you risk being involved further when they say, well, you're banned from the stadium for 3 years or whatever.
Wow.
Because you involve yourself that way too. I would just pretend to go to the bathroom, but what I'm really doing is I'm telling security. Yes, to all the 90s kids I grew up with, that makes us all a snitch. We're tattletelling.
Oh yeah, the snitch, the stoolie, whatever. Yeah.
I'm not really going to the bathroom. I'm going to go be like, yeah, that guy's a little hostile over there, throwing things at people. That other lady's just threw water on him. I don't know what's going on down there. And let security handle it from there.
Let me tell you, I've been going out when we flew to Florida. I had a Karen sit in front of me.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Someone had a baby to the left of us, a newborn, and the baby, it was the red eye, and the baby would make noise, and Karen in front of me. This is what she's doing, and then she's pushing on her husband. And she's sitting right in front of me. I'm like, oh my God, where's my phone? Okay, throughout the entire flight, she's trying to fall asleep, and I get it. So's the entire airplane. But this was Karen in front of me. And then she pushed the seat back. So I'm like, you. Okay, fine. But she throughout the whole flight, she's just. And she's doing this with her arms. And it's like, oh my God, I have a real Karen in front of me. Oh, I can't believe this. And she just, unbelievable. I thought she was going to break the chair in front of me. But, so.
That could happen. I've seen some of my friends do that where as soon as they sit down, what happened? Oh, I don't know. You need to lose weight or something. You broke the chair. Nice job.
That's funny. I've had them in front of me, and I'm worried about having that happen. And I've been going out to restaurants and stuff. Oh my, they're real, folks. Karens are real. And I was at a restaurant with Gmo yesterday, and I sat down. It was and you asked, what was this? It was a restaurant. It was the Black Bear Diner. It was nice, let me tell you. But I sat down. And this is going to come across as racist, but there was no other thing. I sat down, and the lady just kept looking. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. I was like, oh. She just kept staring at me and my daughter. And I was going to get up and say, Karen, there's more of us here than there are of you. I was going to say that. I'm like, She was giving me that look. I've recognized it. I recognize that institutional hatred. And I was like, are you mad that I spent more money than you? I mean, what is it? I'm sorry. You're retired. What's your problem? The anger in her eyes, I just didn't get it. But it was another Karen. And this time I was just like, go ahead. Go ahead. There's way too many cameras in here. There's way too many cameras in here. But it's like they're around everywhere.
Yeah. No, what I remember that now. What I actually said in the comment was, because you started it when you were talking to Gmo, because you guys actually had a good time at the DMV. That was a great story. But then you said, this is what you said, and this is why I commented back with you when you were live. You said, we're going to Black Deer Diner. And I said, what's Black Deer? Are you? I thought you guys were going to. I thought you were making her go eat deer. Like, what kind of restaurant is that? That's why I said that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I misspoke. But it was a Black Bear Diner, and my classmate had commented about it, and I said, we're going to give it a shot. And we went. It was our first time there, and yeah, like I said, I understand where the place is and what the crowd is. And I was an interloper in that crowd. But I'm not kidding. My look to her was, go ahead, woman, make a scene. There's more of us than there are of you. And I don't understand their anger and their hatred, dude. I just don't get it. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Scorekeeper, there's another thing going on in the world of sports. And this happened at a basketball game, but it's not just basketball. It's everywhere, as you mentioned a little while ago when we were talking about the whole men act like boys because they're drunk and they don't know anything. But this is different. Scorekeeper, if you were on a date right now, at a game or any game, any sporting event, and all of a sudden here comes the kiss camera, would you pretend and trick your date that you're on with for a kiss, and then you immediately turn away because you're freaked out because, oh my god, I know what that is, it's a kiss cam. I can't be seen kissing this girl, even though I love her. There's so many news about this.
Okay, I sorry to let the cat out of the bag, folks, but that kiss cam isn't as... what's the word? It's not as
direct.
Kind of. It's not as unexpected as you think. Most of the people that do the kiss cam, they've given their permission because they know they're going to be on film. Because there are things about being on film, you know, on something like that. Most people that are on the kiss cam already know, so it's okay. I'll never be on. I've been on camera for other things at stadiums. I have, which is kind of neat. But the kiss cam, I need you to understand that most of those are pre-planned. Some of them are actually even paid. So, but make your point, Speedy. I don't know what you were going to say on it, because if I end up on the kiss cam and if my daughter's there, okay, yeah, it's not going to happen because my daughter's there. But if I were with, yeah, I would. Oh yeah, I would in a heartbeat. But it would be a peck on the cheek, dude. It would be a peck on the cheek.
Okay, because what I was going to say was, because there's so many videos about this all over social media where I guess the guy signs a contract and gives permission, but then you know, the last few weeks there's all these guys that have been getting cold feet, and they're like, and the girl's like, really? You just embarrassed me like that? You embarrassed me? Like, dude, why did you do that to her? That's really messed up.
Well, that's if they agree to it and then they don't do it. Well, okay, that's kind of dumb.
I know.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. It is kind of embarrassing when the female is expecting it and the guy's story of our lives, man. Guys are stupid. They are.
Yes, because the one that came out last Monday, not this past Monday, but the Monday before, that's the first one I saw where the camera goes on this guy and this girl at a baseball game, and she thinks they're going to do it, but he gets up and he gets on his knee, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're going to propose!" But all he did was tie his shoe to nothing, and then he sits back down, and she's like, "Okay, you know what? I think the date was over at that point."
Yeah. I don't know how many of them are, like I said, are planned, but I have seen them before. And since, due to my marketing stuff and lawsuits and things, I can tell you that most of those are pre-planned. But not all of them. There are some that, and I'm talking about the kiss cam stuff. And then just when they show them on screen, some of them are, again, planned, others are not. So, like I said, I mean, I've been on the video screen and it wasn't planned before. And one time I actually came out on the video as the inning was started. And I'm trying to find the clip of that game. There's also a picture of me with my classmate, Dan Ranke, that we're taking our seats as Darren Erstad is going for the slide in left field. And he's flying in the air, and you see the gate, the fence, the field seats, and we're like 4 rows up, and we're just like, oh my God, we've got our food in our hands and everything. And we're in the official shot, and when you looked at the stadium shot, our chins were cut off. Like, oh, come on! So the picture was up for a year of Darren Erstad, and we were there. You could see our hands with the drinks, but our chins were cut off. It was fun. But in the actual photo, you can see us clearly. And I contacted the photographer to get a copy. And he just wanted a little too much than I was willing to pay for at the time.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, it actually even made the LA Times as well. But again, it was our chins were cut off. I'm like, oh man! It was actually, I think Dan, you could see a little bit more of Dan and he's taking the seat. But again, yeah. So I've been to enough games where I've been on the screen, but it's been about 2 or 3 years since I've been on it.
Well, moving us along still, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What about the Vic Faviano incident where he didn't like the fact that the Ravens were supposed to take a knee? This was about a week and a half ago. I'm sure you've seen the video. But they don't take a knee, and he's screaming on the sideline, "Take a knee! Take a knee! What are you doing?" And they run the ball. I think that was a quarterback miscue, and he was furious.
So he instructed his team to take a knee, but the quarterback called an audible and ran the play.
Yeah, here's the audio clip, ladies and gentlemen.
They're not in victory formation. To keep the nose and tie the NFL record. It is 102 on the day, and they've tied the NFL record. How about it?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bullshit, but I expected it from them.
Okay, actually, if I know which one that is, it's they were blowing them out, and they had a chance to get to the record, and the opposing coach, not the team, the opposing coach was saying, take a knee. I'm like, no, or I may be wrong on that one, but Everyone blew up in the blogosphere saying they shouldn't do it. I'm like, no, he has a chance to get the record. Only if it's a close game do you get a chance to try for a record. The innatity, Speedy, is ridiculous. I was for the team trying to get the record. That's the point. And it doesn't matter if the score is 1-0, 7-6. Doesn't matter. You're going for the record. That's why it's there. And if you're winning 44-10, you suck. So I shouldn't try for the record. Yeah, whatever. That I am against that call where everyone was like, "Oh, they shouldn't have done it." Hell yeah, they should have done it. It's Speedy. It's the pussification of America. This is what it's about.
This was the Baltimore Denver game that we called a couple of weeks ago, but it was 23-7. Baltimore was leading with only 3 seconds left.
Run it.
Yeah, I would have run it too.
And he got the record. It was, I think, games of 100 yards or more rushing, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
But you heard only just the last bit of the press conference at the end there. But during the entire press conference, Vic Fabiano said, I told them to take a knee. Don't even bother with this. And then you heard him say, well, yeah, I expected them to not listen to me, which is what he was really trying to say.
Well, then that means he has no control over the team, and that's BS. But look, I'm surprised the team knew about the record and they were still going to go for it. And, look, that's the point. These are the teams that make records for a reason. And that one was to keep the record going.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy about this is that from the main camera angle, you can't see where he's at. But from the far camera angle, he made it to the 10-yard line. He was almost there. But once he got tackled and stopped, like from Vic Fabiano, that's why the audio was cutting out, because he's basically just cussing while TV's going on. Yeah. And the head coaching cameras are right there too, so they got to bleep that out. Good morning, Lewis.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you.
Back in high school, High School ran 70 points, 214 against Mark Keppel. Everybody had to run up and down. Yeah, the stairs. Yes. The hills and the stairs. Yeah. Yes. You take it out on the team, folks. You look, if your team's disobeying you, you have to restore order. But look, it's the way it is, folks. Because the team is beating them up 100-0. Oh, okay, look. I am a believer of scoring as many runs as I can, but don't be a dick about it. We've talked about this, Speedy.
Yeah.
You can score 40, 50 runs. This is your job. If you're hitting, dude, enjoy it. Don't be a dick about it. The unwritten rules, and F everyone, because they're still fighting over this, the unwritten rules are this. Don't make me look bad. That's what the unwritten rules are. Don't make me look bad. Because when I'm doing it, you don't want me to make you look bad. And if you look at it that way, you understand the unwritten rules. Don't show me up. Don't make me look bad. And it's what Mama said. It's how you play the game. Okay, that being said, you can score 100 points. Don't be a dick about it. Don't be high-fiving. Don't be, hey, don't. I've told the story, and Dreem was on the other side. We were playing at the youth group that we had, and they were ripping us. Oh, my God. They were just tearing us. They went around so many times in one inning that I lost track. So I asked them, how many runs you score? And Dreem was like, 14. Like, I'll take it. It was probably 40, but he said 14. I said, I'll take it. So they were up like 20-6. Well, their bats went cold, and we started back in the game, and they couldn't buy a hit, and we ended up going ahead like 24-21. But when we started to take the lead, my team, rightfully so, were like, "Yay!" I'm like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope," because number one, when they were kicking our ass, they weren't showing us up. They were just kicking our ass. They were just, but they weren't dicks about it. So when we took the lead, some of my players, I'm like, no, don't do that. Because number one, they didn't do it to us. Don't do it to them. And sure enough, because this team was dangerous, and we ended up winning. But number one, don't give them reason to get back in the game. Don't piss them off. Because if you show me up, you hurt my team, there's another game, pal.
I mean, yeah, like I said, the score was, at the time was 23-7. Had they got the touchdown, I think Vic Valviano would have been happy because, I mean, it probably would have only been, 23-12 at this point, plus the extra point. Would have made it 13, but they still would have lost the game because, like I said, there was only 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, no, you go for the record. And, look, my team, if we're losing and we're expecting the other team to take a knee, that's bad coaching. I'm expecting them to play on every down. So I'm, for the other team to say that was a BS call, dude, they were going for a record. It's not my fault that you're not that team. And the blogosphere went wild saying it was a dick move. No, it was not a dick move. It's about winning. It's about setting records. It's about doing everything. And I was for Baltimore on that one. They did right. The other team's crying because they're losing and they lost. Goodbye. On the weekend of January, MLK weekend, my brother, his son, and my daughter, we're going to Arizona. We're going to go back out to Behringer Crater. Well, they've never been there. I have. So we are going to do sports talk with the guys in the morning, and we are going to be done at 9 because I'm going to pick up my brother, and then we're going to Arizona, and we're going to be there for the weekend, for MLK weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. But
Nice.
Roz said that Jamaica's bobsled team is raising money for a new sleigh. Roz, do you have that link? Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate the like. In baseball, who scored the most runs? That's what you do, man. That's the way it is. It's the win, man. Now, my father and I, on the first game after the All-Star game in 1983, and I'll show you guys a picture of it. Actually, I think it's still there. I'm going to find it on Google. My father and I put up a statue at a convent, and we were doing the job for the nuns, the Eucharistic Missionary Sisters, and it was a beautiful statue. And my father and I were doing the stuff on the pedestal, and Mother Adoration heard us listening to the game, and the Yankees took the double header. I think the first game was 2-1, and then the next game was like 10-1, and we were like, "Yay, woohoo!" Mother Adoration came over and she says, "Mijos, be happy if your team wins by 1 run." And that was it. Just be happy if they win by 1 run. So that's a lesson that I learned. I'm going to go to Google right now, Matt, and I'm going to see if I can find it. But
Okay.
But that statue, my father and I put that up, and I think it's still there. I'm going to go to Google right now. So while I do that, and Rob is getting the Jamaican thing, what else?
I got something else to do anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've heard about this either. Maybe you've seen this too, but I thought this was kind of funny. Very, very interesting how this guy interacts with people by pretending.
Are you Aaron Rodgers?
No, I'm not.
You're Aaron Rodgers.
I get that a lot, but would I be working here if I was him? That guy makes like $1 gazillion.
I didn't. Were you like?
It's kind of a punk too, though. I heard.
No,
Just trying to train people.
No, I mean I'm from San Diego. So I'm a Chargers fan, but you look just like him.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I'm a girl, but I watch more football than some dudes do.
Really? Do you have a fantasy team?
Yeah, you're actually my quarterback. You didn't
Not
get
me, though.
points.
The guy that looks
No.
like me, right? Yeah, the guy that looks like me.
Are you an Aaron Rodgers fan?
I was until people started saying I look like him. I think he had like longer hair and they cut him.
Yeah, but he's like really, really hot.
That's your opinion.
He's posing as a copy worker. That's great from Aaron Rodgers. What? No, that's not me. No. Why would I? I know I look like Aaron Rodgers, but no,
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, folks! The address, it's odd. Let me show it to you right here. It's still there. This is something that my father and I did together on the day after the All-Star game. It was the weekend. It was a weekend. In 1983, the Yankees and the Royals were playing a doubleheader that day. So it was either a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I can pinpoint that day. But this is where I was. It's 943 Soto Street. And that's the convent right there. And there's the statue. Oh, I guess I can't close it anymore. But there it is. That statue right there. My father and I put that up. And it is a statue of the Virgin Mary there. And you'll see the pedestal. We had to reach over from up here. You see this little fence right
Yeah.
there. We had to reach over to put it in. But my father and I installed that statue there at 943 South Soto Street, Los Angeles, California. That is a convent there for the Eucharistic Missionary Sisters. When I drive by the wow. When I drive by there, I always stop and look up at it. That statue is going to outlive me. It's outlived my father. And I spent an afternoon with him installing that. Wow. That's the first time I've actually said this publicly to anyone. And I would drive by that street somewhat regularly. And just to give you an idea, on the other side it used to be Salesian High School, but I believe it is now Bishop Mora. I'm not certain. Bishop Mora Salesian High School, right there on Soto Street. To give you an idea, folks, it's right outside the downtown circle. A tiny bit of trivia, Matt. We lived for a short while on this street on Pleasant Avenue. There's this property right here, and I'm going to show you the house. These Pleasant homes are an apartment complex. This house, it's a massive apartment complex. I grew up there when I was much younger. My grandparents were the caretakers to a property to this house, which is now in Loomis Home, up here on the way to Pasadena. And it's Heritage Square. Check this out. Not that house, but let me go to the view. Close in view. And I have a classmate that takes care that house, that white house right there. I lived in that house, Matt, on that lot. It was in Boyle Heights. It overlooked downtown Los Angeles. This, if I remember correctly, the house belonged to a oil mogul, and that was their house in the late 1800s. And that house was on that property. So we would drive by Soto Street often, and we knew the nuns that were there. And my brother was helping in the restoration of that house for a while because he knows that house very well. So we have a tiny connection to the heritage of Los Angeles. My grandparents took care of that house for a while, and they eventually took care of the property, and then they moved out. But it's right there at Heritage Square in Los Angeles. That's my tiny connection to Los Angeles as well. I rarely ever tell people this story, but my brother was involved, and this is where I got married, Matt. at this tiny little church. Check it out. Right here on, there it is, right there on Bridge Street, San Antonio de Padua. That little church right there. Let me show you what it looks like from the outside. That's it. That's the church.
Nice.
Holy Communion, confirmation, and marriage right there in that church. This is the lot where we played softball. Remember I told you on the cement lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, when there were no cars, we would play right there. It was kind of cool. But anyway, sorry. I had my brother actually went to that school. Yes, he actually did. You can see the school from this side up on Bridge Street. Yeah, there it is. See? My brother went to that school right there. Yeah, that school. Here's the church. Oh, they've actually make it look like a church now. But yeah, this school, my brother went there. And that's another convent right there. But oh, wow. Going back down memory lane. Sorry, folks.
Well, with Scorekeeper taking us down memory lane, since you brought up the subject of LA, and we don't know what happened with last week's show, but I was going to ask you.
On. It's here.
I know, but I told you earlier, it said that you had rescheduled it for another day. That's what I told you and Big Dog earlier.
We may continue.
Yeah. So what happened last week? Were you guys, I mean, you specifically, were you safe? Because news reports were coming across all media outlets saying that LA County was giving full permission all of last weekend for LA County to have a purge, like the actual movie, where they could just kill people at random, and the cops were like, we're not going to do anything this weekend. Whatever happens this weekend happens. I was like, is this really what's going on in one of my many former hometowns?
They were just making it up, Matt. I caught wind of that, and I cannot believe what people will believe on the internet. It's Matt, I heard about that. It was very fake. It was a bunch of kids that live in mama's basement that made that story up. There was no such thing. And it's just, look, if the story is funny enough or dumb enough, it'll make the rounds. And that was one of those dumb enough ones. There's no such thing, Matt. It didn't happen. Are you kidding me?
Well then, why would the major news outlets also report about it then too? Because there was even a picture that somebody took from one of the I think the Pasadena news outlets took a picture where LA cops were just standing there like, well, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to stand here this whole weekend.
It was people just making it up and getting out of hand. Matt, or Speedy, sorry. It was a very quiet weekend last week. Nothing happened. So they exaggerated it, and it's whatever. No such thing. Nothing happened. Trust me, Matt. If it really would have happened, it would be January 6th all over again. Nothing happened.
Okay. Okay, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you've also heard about this, that Louis Riddick is basically trying to constantly send messages to the McCaskey family, who said that, he wants a job and he wants to be with the Chicago Bears because he's been mired with the Bears for decades. Because the Bears are maybe thinking of letting head coach Matt Nagy go. They might kick him out the door. So Reddick says he wants the job with discussing the Bears and how he feels the team needs to be structured with their struggling rookie quarterback, Justin Fields. And basically what he's been doing to the McCaskey family is blowing up their phone, blowing up their email. Can you make me the new head coach? I know I'm just a candidate, but, I do have ties with Chicago and the Bears. and we'll even make something of this. And when he said that, I'm going, it almost sounds to me like you're trying to bribe the owners of the Bears to actually let you be the new coach. That would be like me saying, well, I was born in San Jose, California. I no longer live there. I live in a different city. But I want this and this and that to change back to where it was because I have ties and I can pay you off? Ladies and gentlemen, we know that's not how it works.
We know that's not how it works. And, good luck with that, pal. Why are you going to even, and it's in the media that you're doing this? Dude, all you're going to do is you're going to antagonize the owners. Look, some people, I guess, would go for it and say, wow, he really wants the job. Yeah, but you're waging it in the realm of public opinion. Good luck with that, dude. I don't think he's going to get the job. Maybe he knows he's not going to get it, so he's just bringing attention to himself. That's just not the way you go about it. No way. And if you're going to blow up someone's, well, as they say, blow up someone's phone or email and all that stuff, yeah, dude, it gets to a point where you just, Jeff, oh, I'm sorry, I sneezed. When you get so many messages that you're just like, yeah, dude, yeah, done. We're done. That's it. You just ignore it.
Well, he's been interested in the Bears ever since Week 15 when they lost to the Vikings. Remember, he sent out a tweet about this by saying Graham was spectacular in his debut. He performed way above any reasonable expectation, and his future here should be very developmental under new coaching. Meaning, this is him saying he should restructure the team. But there's been no decision. Matt might be the new coach. He might stay the Bears coach. We don't know.
Dude, you let people know that you're interested, and that's it. You don't question management's decision-making. You just let them know that if an opportunity is there, I would love to be considered. But again, if you take it out into the realm of public, first of all, Twitter's fake, folks. It's fake. Who the hell's on Twitter? Give me a break. It's fake. It's a waste of time. So if they're on Twitter, good for them. I'm glad they're there. They're wasting their time. It's all fake, folks. So if you're going to wage this, dude, you look desperate. You look like you're questioning, and you're making the team. You're bringing attention. Dude, it's a bad way to go about it, in my humble opinion.
And I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear that. It just started pouring here in Northern California.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is coming down.
I'm able to hear it. Wow. I don't know if it's going to rain over here, per se. I forgot to check. Actually, I think it is, yeah. Let me see. Here in Southern California, it's... Looking at the radar, there is some stuff coming in later today. Maybe by the evening. Wow. Yeah, they're saying it's going to rain in the afternoon and in the evening. We have significant... Oh, by evening, it's going to be a 95% chance. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that seems about right. Wow.
Well,
I hear it, Matt.
Yeah, well, maybe by 11 o'clock or so, maybe this will go away and go towards you. Go away. Go away. I hate driving in the rain.
Really?
Yeah, because people are driving like real idiots on the road. Especially if you didn't see my post from Thursday.
Actually, I did. I did see your post.
Yeah. And I know, Rod, you saw that as well. She thought something happened with me. No. It was the car in front of me. It's not even raining. This guy in front of me is like constantly hitting the brakes. And I'm like, and I told Rod after I posted it, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's doing. What are you doing up there, buddy? Huh? You texting up there or something? What's going on? Why do you keep braking? And next thing you know, you've been here to my area before, where almost every street has these long dividers. That way you can know which way you're going, north or south. And that way you can't just make a left turn, especially here, not anymore, you used to. But now they put up these dividers and you either have to go all the way around or make a U-turn somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 or 7 times. By like maybe the 8th time he hit the brakes. But when he did it, he smacked right into the divider, and I was like, okay, I think you were texting, buddy. I think you were texting or doing something up there. And
yeah.
He went up a few feet, and luckily there was a spot where he could make a U-turn. And he made a U-turn, and I watched him in my rearview mirror. He pulled over, and I'm like, he's probably going to check the damage that he just caused himself.
Yeah. Matt, people are just stupid when they drive. It's just pathetic. And they just don't know how to drive, man. It's embarrassing.
Well, and it's worse, too, that, ever since 2005, they've been saying that texting and driving is illegal. There's red light cameras now. But what have I been seeing ever since the summer? Ever since summer this year, I'm always constantly driving next to somebody that has 3 feet of room in front of them, but they're not speeding up. Why? Because they're like this. I'm like, can you get off your phone? Get off your phone and drive, or hand the phone to your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Right then, we have rain all day.
Yeah, we do. We had it all day yesterday, which was nice. It's incredible. Look, I have my phone with me when I drive. I have it on a cradle, and it's my directional thing, and that's it. I have my, forgive me, I have my other phone where I listen to music, or I have a movie playing on the background. That's my music on the way home. When I'm at a stopped intersection, am I guilty of it? Oh, good God, yes. I have my phone, but I'm watching the light. And I never watch the light in front of me, Matt. I don't know if you do this, but this is how you don't get caught at a signal. I really don't watch the light in front of me. I watch the light to my right or my left. Because if it's still green, duh. So I'm watching it, and out of the corner of my eye, when I see it go to yellow, I'm like, okay. So I know the light's about to change. That's how I never get caught at an intersection, even being on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I have my phone like this, and with my vision, I can see when the light changes. So when I see it go to yellow, I'm like, okay, I put it down, and then I go. Other people are just like this. They're stupid. And they're dangerous, and they're driving that way with their phone. When I record my videos, it's on the cradle, folks. Come on.
And the other pet peeve that we have here in San Leandro is that, well, between San Leandro and Oakland, and you and Big Dog have been with me to San Francisco and Daly City.
Yes.
Where there's always train tracks.
Yeah.
And the thing that people do here, I don't know about LA County because I haven't lived there with
they do
in many years. But the thing that people do is people won't give you enough room, and they decide to stop on the damn train track.
Yeah, they're stupid.
But they leave me in the train tracks, and I'm like, you got room. Can you move up? Because if an Amtrak train comes, you're paying for my car and my hospital bill, too. But it's probably because they're doing this. Let me see. Yeah, I'm texting him back right now. Yeah, as you're driving.
Yeah, it's bad. Morning, Peter. Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas, Peter.
We all have our pet peeves when we do it. I love making fun. Funny that my buddy Peter would have show up. The good guy that he is. He's one of the few engineers that I respect. But folks, mind you, he's not a civil engineer. He's a network engineer. That means he's smarter than the average engineer. But anyway, before I blow his ego to hell and back, Peter's a very careful driver. And I am much more aggressive. And over the years, and I'm going to admit something to Peter that he probably doesn't know, but when he's the passenger and I'm driving and I'm going to make a left turn, I got the signals, I'm going to turn left, and there's a car coming, and I will deliberately throw the wheel over without moving the car. And Peter's like, what are you doing? But notice, my car hasn't even moved yet. All I can say in my mind is, I do this to you all the time. You haven't figured it out yet? Why do I fake turn the wheel over like I'm going to turn? Because he's like, oh my God, what are you doing? It's like, it's free entertainment. And I've been doing this to Peter for like 30, 40 years now. I do it less because he drives his own car and I drive my own car, but I am so mean to my buddy Peter. I've been doing it for years and he doesn't know it. Now I've admitted to it. And I don't know how he'll judge me from here on out. He may not comment. We'll see. He may not comment on that.
No, that's it. He's probably thinking about his comment.
He's like, oh, I'm going to get you, pal. But my brother, Peter, my brother, he's a good driver. He's careful. But I love doing that to him. Because I'm an evil bastard. I am. So, it's fun. But all right.
And me, the thing I've been doing ever since I got this Acura, beautiful Acura.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. I've had it for 3.5 years already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I remember.
So for 3 years, it's treated me well. Very good vehicle. But it has Bluetooth, which means, unlike my very, very first car, you can all look this up on my Facebook page too, the crappiest car in the history of my life, at least, an 86 Honda that constantly broke down on me. No matter where I went, you would hear, like, damn it, I need a tow.
I remember you talking about that car. But this Acura has been treating you very well, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it had Bluetooth in it, and people are like, oh, you can talk while you're driving? Yes, I can talk to you while I'm driving because my phone will be in my pocket, and I can still talk and drive safely, but I'm not looking at my phone because I'm doing this. I'm actually driving, watching the road, watching the other idiot drivers too on the road.
Yeah, my buddy Peter hasn't commented, so either he had bailed or he's going to kill you later. So, I'm surprised he hasn't commented yet. No text messages, no threats on my life, nothing. So, all right, fair enough. Okay.
Well, speaking of threats on people's lives, I wish Big Dawg was here for this, but I guess we'll have to leave him out. Or maybe me and Big Dawg can talk about this next week on New Year's Day.
We're going to be here, folks.
About the fact that at a wrestling event in Texas, a referee was only supposed to get stabbed and just do a blade job, but it was a choreograph gone wrong. The referee, Leonardo Delantro, or something like that, who served as a Navy at a hospital corpsman, told the Daily Beast that he went into hyperactive shock in the ring from extreme blood loss, which caused the body's organs to suddenly shut down, which still made him woozy and then caused him to have a panic attack as he rushed to a Dallas emergency room. He said, I haven't seen that much blood since Fala, what whatever that means. Oh, because it was from the Persian Gulf War that he served in, and the war in Iraq before retiring from service. His injuries were caused by Devon Nicholson, who many of you know, I'm sure, professionally known as Hannibal. Yes, the wrestling guy that does Hannibal wrestling interviews. But he had a history of doing these things without thinking. So it's most likely either him just doing it for shits and giggles, and because he thinks it's funny for him to get more views on his YouTube channel. But no, this was clearly not out of character. And even after the match was over, you can watch the video for yourselves if you can stomach it. Viewer discretion advised. Because what it seems like to the wrestling world right now is that he created this whole thing to mimic what had happened years ago at Extreme Championship Wrestling with their promotion, when a 17-year-old did the same thing, posing as a wrestler, but he lied about his age. You all know the classic story of Eric Claus, who got stabbed by New Jack, who recently passed away. So he wanted to do the same thing for his YouTube channel. And now he is publicly saying that the promotion was the one that put him up to this. No, there's been wrestlers and others who are like, no, we don't condone this type of action. Because as I said, after the match, he's still attacking everybody with his Hannibal character. Because he's wearing a mask. A villain type mask. And he completely went off script. Which is why they had to call 911, because this was a definite life and death emergency. And now people are gunning for him because he's putting the blame on them, on the promotion, but they said they have no ties with him whatsoever. Nobody else wants ties with him either. But my thing was, if you know this guy has this type of history where he's not going to actually, he'll do his job, but then not actually follow the script. You know, kind of like what these idiot scammers do. And they follow their script because they want you to give them money, especially if you're a senior citizen. But I know others don't fall for that, right? Scorekeeper, you won't.
Well, normally I don't, and I haven't. I know someone that fell for a scam and they lost $18,000.
Oh my God.
And she's about my age. Yeah, she got taken earlier this year, and I was against it, and wow. So not only seniors, and she is very smart, but
Excuse me a moment.
hotline call. All right, while he goes to pause real quick. Yeah, I know someone who lost a significant amount of money. I told her not to do it, and it was a complicated scam where there was a federal case before, and they knew like all the background, all the details, and they'd lost money, and now this person was like, okay, well, we can actually get restitution, but you've got to pay us so we can pay. You know, it's always you got to pay first, and they suckered her into it. Wow. And I had not given in that quickly, and I would not give in that quickly, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. But while we wait for Matthew to return, I do have news on ex-NFL wide receiver Jackson. As you know, Vincent Jackson, as per the medical examiner, said that he died of chronic alcohol use. And this was reported back on December 22nd. The Hillsborough County Medical Examiner's Office determined that ex-NFL wide receiver Vincent Jackson died of chronic alcohol use, according to an autopsy report released on Wednesday. According to the accompanying toxicology report, Jackson had a blood alcohol content of 0.28 when he was found dead in a Florida hotel room earlier this year at the age of 38. His family later told authorities that they believed he had suffered from alcoholism. The medical examiner categorized the manner of death as natural. The autopsy report also noted that Jackson suffered from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, more commonly known as CTE. His family announced last week that the three-time Pro Bowl selection had stage 2 CTE at the time of his death, as diagnosed by experts at Boston University. Stage 4 is the most severe.
Wow, that's the same age as me right now.
Yeah, young man, as you are still. Yeah, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, it is. I've gone over most of the items that I was going to go over, folks. As you know, Rafael Nadal has COVID-19, so we don't know what's going to happen for his Australian debut. He is in doubt. Well, not his debut, but his matches. It's in doubt. So, you know about the NHL. We talked about that. We talked about the high school player. And, oh, I'm sorry. There's one more sad story on this Christmas Day. Jaguars running back Raquel Armstead developed myocarditis, and he couldn't do anything for 18 months during his COVID-19 battle. Raquel Armstead drew motivation from everyone around him while dealing with the COVID-19 ravaged season in 2020. The possibility of facing one question from his young son may have been the most powerful. Why are you not playing football? Was the question. Being able to never tell my son, quote, well, I had a heart injury and I never came back and tried. That was my inspiration right there, to be able to one day tell my son that you can overcome anything in life, and I'm living proof. Armstead spent last season on the COVID-19 list, first landing there in early August after testing positive when the Jacksonville Jaguars reported for training camp. He was later hospitalized with respiratory issues and eventually diagnosed with myocarditis, an inflammation of the middle layer of the heart wall. But he was able to come back. So it's good stuff, man. As you know, you've heard from me that I have suffered from the shot, from the Johnson & Johnson. I have had memory issues that really just went into overdrive. I am unable to remember just basic, simple things. That's why I've gone back to the daytimer, which I've had for like my entire life. I have to write everything down. And it is what it is. Now, my heart issue, which I'm also being treated for, people have wondered, is that related to it? And I said, I don't think so. I've had that for about 2 years now. And it's just it's gotten worse over the last year. That's it. But nowhere near what Big Dog has. As you know, Big Dog's heart beats at around 20 or 30% normal. I don't know how he does it. But anyway, I'm glad you're back. Speedy,
Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything good.
Okay. I've gone over everything I was going to go over, folks. We're not going to talk about the missing blatant pass interference in the Rams-Seahawks game. The entire world saw it. Come on. How do you miss that? So, whatever. We're not going to get into that one, but we're of the line, how the hell did you miss it? But it's okay.
All I'm going to say about that is that Roger Goodell and the NFL committee needs to start finalizing either after New Year's or after the Super Bowl. Preferably after the Super Bowl, they should restructure everything with all the NFL referees to say what's legal and what's not legal, what's a touchdown, what's not a touchdown. And then they need to modify also the player who's being penalized, because we've seen this over the last 3 years where it's like number 86, holding. It's like, well, actually, no, number 86 is actually on the sideline. I don't know what number you're looking at, but that's not the right guy. And the guy that gets called on is getting pissed off.
Check this out, folks. How'd you miss this? How did you miss this? Check it out. Oh, come on! In every world, that is as illegal as can be. Like, come on. See, I've always contended that if you're going to do any of this stuff, you should have the ref in the sky also watching the game. So on something like this, if you see it, a ref can throw a penalty from the box and say, hey, you guys missed that. This is the way if you guys want every play called correctly, where is the outside ref? Huh? You claim that's why you have review.
Replay.
There's someone watching the game up on top. Hey, but then they're going to say, okay, well, why didn't you call that one? Why didn't you call that one? There's always going to be. And that's why I've contended instant replay is a waste of time. I am against instant replay. Are you also against it?
Well, I've enjoyed it, as a kid growing up, but now it's like, what is the purpose of it if they're going to do what they've been doing, like I said, for the last 3 years, where they're like, well, let's get the change out. We need to measure this. Because we all remember what happened a few years ago, and it's funny because it came up on my memories this week on Facebook, that the Raiders would have won that game
2002.
But the whole index card thing that the referee used, no, I'm not going to use the chain. I'll use I have the index card here in my back pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Let's measure this. Nope, it's not a first down. Who allowed the whole index card thing to happen that year?
That was not 2002. I apologize. That was something else. But follow the rules, folks. Follow the rules. I've always contended. Look, I got as far as semi-pro ball. Never played college. Never did any of that stuff. But I played a lot of games. And if I lost on a bad call, and I had lost on, it's like, okay, whine about it all you want. But that was one call in the entire game. Where were you in the rest of the game? I just got a text message from my brother. So, oh man, I'm not going to share what he posts because that's enough. But let's just say I appreciate that he commented. All right, he says he forgot about it. Like, yeah, it's all right. I love you, my brother. It's all good. He's having breakfast. Good for him. I'm probably going to be having breakfast very soon. But anyway, I believe that. Look, you got the whole game. Calls go both ways. It's the way it is. It's called a human factor. And when you go to technology, you take it away. So I've always been against. And besides, what is a catch in the NFL, Speedy?
I don't know anymore at this point. I don't know anymore.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. I know what a catch is. You know what a catch is.
Yeah.
Apparently the NFL doesn't know what a catch is. Give me a break. Ugh. Look, and then in baseball, when you can see the play, instant replay on television clearly, and you know what it's going to be, and then New York says, "Oh no, he was," whatever it's against. It's like, what the hell are you doing? What are they watching? And it's just unbelievable. Obviously, we have better technology than they do, and we're just on television. Why aren't they watching the same feed as us? If what we're watching on television is better than what they have, why isn't the TV on for them? Yeah, I'm against this. And I've always been, and I still am. It's worthless. You never get the call right anyway.
Exactly, because I mean, remember with me, you, Big Dog, Almighty, and even when Dreem had joined us in week 12, when the Chiefs were called when their game against Atlanta, and they said no, the Chiefs did not actually make a touchdown. That's a touchback. But you played that video where he actually caught it. He's in the end zone, and the referee's going, not a touchdown. This is not a touchdown. It's a touchback. And then the TV guys, all the analysts were like, why did they do that? So they brought in the referee expert. He goes, no. I don't know what they're doing, but this is clearly a touchdown. A touchback is if he goes past the goalpost and runs out of bounds with the ball, because they never stopped the clock. They didn't blow the whistle either. And I went, yeah, that does make sense. And Terry Bradshaw even said, why are the referees doing this now? They do the same thing in baseball. And I went, why? We know that we now know Terry Bradshaw watches baseball too. Ever since 2003, when they brought in the new strike zone rule, I don't understand it. What was the point of the strike rule for Major League Baseball to do and tell the umpires, if you see it, call it? But ever since that year, every single game has been the same thing. It's like that movie. What is the name of that movie where the same thing happens every day to the guy in the movie?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, yes. He wakes up, he has the same thing happen every single day. That's what baseball has been, because every time a guy swings the bat, they're going, nope, you're out. It's a strike. It's like, well, how is that a strike? Because it's a strike. Well, I'm the official, and we've seen them over the years where they banter with the official making the call, and then other officials come in, and then finally the home plate umpire is always like, you're ejected then, get out of here, you're out of the game. He was just asking you a question.
Yeah.
He got mad because you didn't answer his question. He didn't get mad because of that. He got mad because you didn't answer his question. And now you're just ejecting him from the game? And then it got worse. Remember, a year later, when Major League Baseball said, well, for arguing with the referees, with the officials, if you get ejected, we're also going to fine you. Most of these players, as you well know, Scorekeeper, are just asking the umpire a question about the strike. But most of these home plate umpires, and they also check in with the first base umpire, was that a strike? Yes, that was a strike. It's basically like what's going on with that crazy doctor that they've been talking to about this whole COVID thing. When he went to Congress last year, and he said, well, me and Bill Gates, we saw a bat. And he went into this long explanation, and Congress was like, no. We asked you a simple yes or no question. Did you and Bill see a bat? Well, no, blah, blah, blah. And he starts blaming Trump and doing all these things, and they went, no, you moron! It's a yes or no question. And that's what baseball is equated to. If I turn around and go, okay, Scorekeeper, I don't know why you called me a strike on that, but I never swung the bat. I moved the bat, but I never swung. So why did you call a strike on me? All I'm doing is asking you a question, and then let's pretend out of the blue you're like, oh, you want to get fought with me, Matt? Fine, you're ejected from the game. Get out of here. And of course we've seen batters do this where they throw the bat down or they fling the bat into the bat area and actually throw it because they are pissed off because you didn't answer their question. And it's the same thing in the NFL. Like I said earlier, the last 4 or 5 years, the NFL has done this thing where the referee gets in front of the TV camera and goes, and this happened with the Raiders 2 years ago. Number 26, offside. And all the Raiders coaches all jumped up on out of their seats and they were like, what are you talking about, ref? Number 26 is right over here. He's on the offensive team. You're dealing with the defensive team out there. Do you know what you're doing? And it took a few days, but then Roger Goodell and the NFL were like, yeah, okay, we take responsibility for that. Our officials should have done better, but they called the penalty on the wrong guy who's not even in on the play. He's on the bench. We're truly sorry about that. No, you're not. No, you're not. It took about a week for them to do that apology.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of baseball, have they come to terms with that?
No, we joked about it just before you were live with us. That no, there's nothing. They're not even talking right now, so they're far apart. I fully expect them to start talking after New Year's, but there's no impetus to get a deal done. They're way too far apart. I just don't see it, Speedy. I don't see them coming to a deal. They'll probably get serious the first week of February because that's when people start loosening up, doing that stuff. But even then, I'm really concerned about them doing anything before then. I just wish they had a deal, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I figured you would say that. But they've got to come to an agreement soon.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be the one to, but it's just, there's nothing. They're not talking. So.
Didn't you say the deadline was like before Valentine's Day or something like that?
Well, I did say a little bit earlier that pitchers and catchers report about that time, which is right around Valentine's Day. Pitchers and catchers report at least a week before, and then everyone will report the week after that. Duh. So if we look at the calendar, just very quickly, Major League Baseball should start on the 21st that week, which is Monday. The Olympics ended the Sunday before. So the week of the Super Bowl, that Sunday of the Super Bowl, the next day, pitchers and catchers generally would report. And then after that, you have the week after, you'll have everyone else. And then you get spring training games 2 weeks after that. It doesn't take that long to loosen up, run drills and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then Major League Baseball. So you want to have something done in early February so everyone can report, sign deals. Man, it's going to be a mess, but it would be terribly exciting. Opening day of baseball is scheduled for March 31st, 2020.
That's a good day to have it on.
That, for me, is a holy day of obligation. I have years now where I take it off from work, from driving, from Jedi.tax. I take it off. I am at home. I'm here in the office watching baseball all day. First game starts at 10, then 1, then 4, then 7. All day long it's baseball. It's beautiful.
And that's a good day. That's a good day for me because that's my DOB.
What is exactly?
March 31st is actually the day I was born.
Oh, that's your birthday, man?
Yes. So when baseball's doing that, just imagine it's 1983 when that day comes at 5:45. Maybe that's why I'm a morning person. Because that's when I was born. Yeah, 5:45 a.m.
I was born at 9:37 p.m.
Maybe that's why you like driving at nighttime.
I love night. I'm not a morning person, but I do get up early. But wow. So, well, you know what? I should have remembered that, Matt, and I apologize. I'm going to make that note. So in 1983, I was in the 8th grade. I had not met my buddy Peter yet. I met him in September of that year. So I have known Peter for almost 38 years, going on 39. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, all I can say is that no matter the debacle I was talking about earlier with T-Mobile, my bill dropped from $486 to $270. So for that, I am happy.
Yeah.
For that, I am happy.
And, Thursday, pre-Christmas Eve, when I was at work, I understand I got a phone call here on my home phone. Mr. Roberts, this is AT&T. We'd like to discuss reasonable options with you about lowering your bill because of your good standing with us. Please call us back at your earliest convenience. And I'm like, maybe this will lower my internet bill. Do I get a special discount for being a loyal AT&T customer? I'm going to call them on Monday and find out what this is all about.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to call them. Okay.
Yeah. They were the ones that left a message about how I'm in good standing and they like to discuss some options with me. So it sounds pretty good. Maybe they'll give me free internet for a year where I don't have to pay any bills. No, I don't think that'll happen.
You're funny. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so I guess that's about does it for me.
Yeah. We actually went over quite a bit of stuff, folks. And
yeah, we did.
I do want to tell everyone that, yes, we've gone into the 5th hour and stuff, but we're pretty much done for now. On New Year's Day, we'll see what we're going to do, but Sports Talk with the Guys will be ending at 10 a.m. Pacific time, especially during tax season, because I just don't have the time. There may be some moments where I'm going to even cut it down to 9 a.m. I can tell you on January 15th, we will be ending at 9 a.m. That will be only a 3-hour program because I will be going to Arizona as soon as I'm out of here. My brother has a medical appointment that morning, and I'm going to be picking him up about 9:45, 9:50. So I'm gone. I've already got the car rental. I'm going to be picking it up on Friday, and I'm just jazzed. And my daughter, my youngest, is going with me, and his son, his oldest, James, who we went to the baseball game with in September, is also going. So we're gonna be spending in Arizona for that weekend. We're gonna go to Phoenix, Flagstaff. We're gonna go to Winslow. We're also gonna go to Four Corners. You know where that is, right, Matt? We're Arizona, New Mexico, yeah, and all 4 states. And then we're gonna drive back through Monument Valley. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it'll be.
I know where that's at, but I've never been there because.
Nor have I.
Let's face it, I've only driven from here to Reno for my sister's wedding.
Is that the furthest you've really driven?
Yeah.
Wow. The most I've driven is probably straight through from LA to St. George in Utah. Otherwise, well, I drove from LA to Phoenix. So that might be because I've driven straight through to San Francisco. Those are probably the longest straight through. I've driven more than that, but straight through. Reno, that's a bit of a drive, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
and my sister and her fiance at the time, because she's like my other two sisters, all three of them. And sometimes my brothers are like that too. I'm like, come on, get up. Because I told her about that the week that she was getting married. Like, you know what that means? She goes, no, what does that mean? I'm like, means you're going to have to get up in like 2 hours earlier. Because I know how long you and Becca and everybody else take to get ready. She's like, why? Because of the same thing that happened with you and Disneyland? I'm like, yeah. You have to be at the hotel before 3 o'clock. Otherwise, you lose the room. She's like, oh, okay. She didn't like that at all. She had to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're not driving anyways. He is. I'm driving by myself. But yeah, that was a long drive.
Wow. Yeah, I've been flying a lot more, and I enjoy it. I'm going to continue to do that. But the driving, look, next time we go up to APW.
There you go. You said it right.
Oh, hey, is there any events? No, huh? There's
No.
still nothing.
No.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to drive up there. We're going to fly up there.
Nice.
I'll tell you, dude, if we can get up there for $39 straight into SFO, jeez. And knowing that I'm spending more and more time up there, it's using the subway, it's not bad. And then we'll probably have to take an Uber from there, but I don't want to rent a car once we get up there. It's just, yeah, I love going, but I don't think I'm ever going to drive to San Francisco again. I'm flying up there. But hey, it's all good. Matt, I want to thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I missed your message last week, but I thank you for that. And I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you'll be with us on New Year's Day. And if not, look forward to seeing you in 2022. Folks, it's a wonderful day. Enjoy it with your friends and family. I hope everything is going well with all of you. May it continue to be a good day. Folks, look at what we've been through. We've reached this point. Thank God we don't have to go through it again. It's been almost 2 full years. Think about that. Who would want to go through it again? We're already here. It gets better. So I'm jazzed. Hopefully you guys are jazzed as well. All right. I'm it. This Scorekeeper. I'm done. He's Speedy. Speedy, take us away.
Well, I'm hoping it gets better too. I'm really, really hoping it gets better because a lot of restaurants now, I don't know about down there, but a lot of restaurants up here have been putting signs up that say, I'm sorry if we have to ask you what your order is again because we're doing the so there's a lot of repeating what needs to be said.
Yeah.
But hopefully it does get better and we can get this over with forever. And if Big Dawg were here, I'll kindly do this for him. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to do it today or next week for New Year's, get a new one, get a lift, but don't get behind the wheel if you're drunk. Because as we talked about earlier, things go crazy when you act out. I'll just put it like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year from Sports Talk with the Guys. Take care.